Hey guys, welcome back to We Watch Movie. I am Mike.
I am Jay.
And we haven't paid our taxes.
Nope.
Don't tell the IRS or your dad.
They're listening.
They're always listening. How the hell are you guys? Feels like we haven't been here in a while. First drink, eh?
Yeah.
It'll get you.
I like it.
It'll get you right in the hole. It'll make you wonder what you're doing with your life.
Listen to this. I was telling April about this earlier, and I forgot about it until just now. Like 2 or 3 days ago, I was reading this article. It's fucking crazy, dude. This girl, I don't know how old she was. Maybe she's an older lady. I don't know. Down in
well, careful now. We're live
in New Wales. What do you mean?
No, I'm just kidding. I thought you were going to say, I don't know how old she was, but
well, she was old. She was old enough. But she was down in New Wales, and she had been complaining about, or South Wales. She'd been complaining about forgetfulness, having trouble breathing, abdominal pain, diarrhea, a lot of other issues that she'd been having going on. So she went to the doctor, and they did a biopsy on her, and they saw something in her brain, and they assumed it was a tumor. So they cracked her skull open, and when they got into her brain, they saw something was alive and wriggling. It turned out to be a 3-inch parasitic worm that had burrowed itself into her frontal lobe.
No.
Yeah,
like it crawled in her ear?
Yeah, well, what had happened is she's one of the first people in the world to ever have this. They usually infect carpet pythons, which is a common snake around where she lives. So, and it's actually the worm, the eggs are actually, they can't, supposedly, I guess they weren't supposed to be able to survive in a large mammal. They only go after smaller mammals. But this particular worm had gone up, like she'd eaten it, something they said that around where she lived, or she had a lake or a creek or something, and she'd go out and get vegetation, and that the larvae were on the vegetation, and so she absorbed it, she ate it, and then it worked its way up through it in her stomach, it crawled up into her lungs, and then it finally got into her brain where it was like burrowing.
Got it crawl through her pee hole?
Well, no, she ate it. It went down into her gut, and then it crawled up through her lungs, and she's like, it's like that scene out of Look Who's Talking. Like, come on, Mike, you gotta know the way. Like it was like going up there. But yeah, and they have a picture. It's like a 3-inch squiggly ass worm, like skinny.
Did she survive? Was she okay?
No, she's alive. Yeah.
Man, I'd say
that's why. Listen, guys. I know inflation sucks, but holy shit, don't go out to like goddamn creeks and just pick up. Hey, I can eat this shit, and then just shove it in your fucking mouth without cleaning it. Like that's like you had to have not cleaned it. Because they said that the larvae, they said the larvae could, no, I think she was an older lady, but the larvae could live on the plants or the foliage for a while. But I never heard anybody that just doesn't, like, if you go to Kroger or Walmart or Costco, wherever the fuck you go, you wash your vegetables. Why the fuck wouldn't you wash the vegetables down by the creek? If you're just picking them up down by the creek?
Some people are all about that living natural, man. It's like that dude who eats nothing but raw meat. He's like sitting there all buff. He lied. He said he was on steroids. But he was.
The Liver King.
Yeah, he's eating like, I like to put my goat balls in milk and eat them for breakfast. Like, you're disgusting.
I think he's still like that, but he did come out and admit that he was juicing the entire time. Yeah, you couldn't get that big on just what he was doing. That raw, like the motherfucker walked around like he was a George Romero extra from Day of the Dead. All he was doing was eating raw meat. He's like, this is healthy for young men.
Yeah.
Like, do you see that cow over there? Don't wait for it to go to Wendy's. Just attack it yourself and eat it raw.
That's what they used to do back in the day. It's crazy. People believe it too. Like, even after people get caught lying, like you can get caught lying and cheating and doing everything, and still there'll be people like, yeah, but he was right about that one thing. So I don't really care, man. I'm going to eat this cow dong raw.
Well, I mean, it's like, Victor Salva's the same. Was like, yeah, but he gave us Jeepers Creepers. So like, it doesn't really matter.
Ezra Miller, no matter who does what, there's always going to be a faction of people that are like, no, it's cool.
Yeah, but Ezra Miller was a lot. Yeah, but Ezra Miller is like, I think his level of, he's actually pretty charming, I guess. Like he was one level down from being Kane from RoboCop 2 and being a cult leader. Like he was that close.
Yeah, no, it's freaking nuts, dude. Like I don't get why people do the things they do. But I'll tell you this, dude. I have a stomach full of Mexican food and cerveza.
You're gonna shit your pants.
I might. I've been trying to eat.
Fart.
I've been trying to eat a lot less, dude. The thing about eating less is then when you have a drink, you're like, oh, you can't even function. It just goes straight into your solar plexus. I don't know what that is. I don't know what a solar plexus is. But hey, you know what? You know what's crazy is that we have a fun fucking tier list tonight, and we're all gonna have a good time. Let me show it to you guys real quick. We'll do one real quick just to ease us in. You got to put it in inch by inch, just to make sure it's okay. And then when you get all 3 inches in, you'll know everything's fine.
Exactamundo.
Exactamundo. Is that Samuel L. Jackson?
I don't know who says that. I don't know. Exactamundo.
I think it was
Wesley
Fiction,
Snipes. Right? No, I think it was Wesley Snipes.
Was it? Well, they don't all sound alike, Jay. All right, calm down.
Okay, Jada Pinkett.
Here's the screen. Oh my god.
Oh no, dude, it was Wesley Snipes, you racist bitch, because it was in Demolition Man. He goes Exactamundo.
No, I think it was definitely Samuel L. Jackson in Pulp Fiction.
God, I wouldn't even
say
think
what
about
again.
Race. I was thinking about race, and then the mic like ran to the fucking relay start. He was like, "Race card."
I'm first. So here's how we do it, guys. If you don't know, now you know, dude. We've got 5 different layers, like a cheesy gordita crunch. We got all timer, which is the best of the best. Almost touches the sun. Almost the best of the best. Pretty rad. It's okay. Fuckable. It's all right. Put a bag on it, and then Sucks My Butt Steve, which is the worst of the worst. And then we pick one, and Jay and I decide. And if we can't decide, you decide. And the first thing we're going to go with, because tonight we're doing Denis Villeneuve, we're doing Zack Snyder, we're doing David Fincher, the GOAT. We are doing
no, don't you bring that to
Guillermo del Toro, overrated. And then finally, there was another one. There's another one. I swear to God.
Did you already say David Fincher?
I did. Tim Burton.
Wow. How could you forget that fruity fuck? Holy shit.
I'm closing my eyes. I'm picking at random, and we're going with The Game.
That's a badass fucking movie right there, man. That's a good goddamn movie. I tell you what, man. It's the definition of a slow burn, good goddamn film that just takes you on a journey up to the top tippity tit mountain.
Yeah.
And drops you fast.
Yeah, buddy.
I put that at I'd put it at all timer, but I'll put it at Almost Touches the Sun because all timer that's a big deal.
Yeah, I wouldn't have fought you too hard if you said pretty rad, because I love David Fincher and I love this movie. It has all the look and feel of a David Fincher movie. If you guys I bet there's a lot of people who haven't seen it.
It's really good. It's really
you should absolutely check it out. Yeah, Michael Douglas is amazing in it, and he joins this like super rich, like it's like a bored rich dude thing.
There's more twists and turns in this than OJ's Alibi. It's really good.
Yeah, and like it's rich people sign up for it, and it's kind of like Total Recall in a sense. Like they're supposed to go on this crazy adventure ride, but it all becomes all too real and it gets gnarly. The only problem with it, when it ends, it just kind of goes, oh.
Yeah, okay. Well, I think the way it ended was kind of fucking freaky.
It was,
like,
but
it wasn't. It didn't have a dramatic like. It was just like I don't know. It just ended like that's life, dude.
Yeah,
that's just life. You know, it's weird. It also had shadings, and this was before it had shadings of M. Night Shyamalan type of film.
Absolutely, yeah, no, with the twist and shit like that for sure. So I'll agree with you. Almost Touches the Sun. It's a great film. I love The Game. If that's a good recommendation. If you guys haven't seen it, that's a nice Thursday night watcher. Mm-hmm. Don't watch it tonight because you're hanging out with us. Damn it! Get your Fruity Pebbles and your pot or whatever it is you like to do. Maybe you like to suck on some tea.
Good.
It's
good for you. Lipton iced tea, eh?
Chocolate burgers, however you like to do it. And then I know there's at least one movie in here, just to let you guys who are new here know how we do things, that neither Jay or I have seen. And I believe that neither of us has seen The Shape of Water.
I've had it, like, I've wanted to watch it. And I was like, wait a minute, she fucks a dolphin man? I don't want to watch that shit.
Merman.
It's really good. Yeah. Yeah. Ben Stiller's in it.
It was.
I got the black lung, Pop.
How are the children going to learn to read if they can't even fit in the building?
He's like, touch my gills. Oh my god. Oh yeah, the boys, the deep. He's like, play with my gills.
Yeah, that was so gross. Didn't she like rape his gills too? Like in one scene, she was like shoving her fists in him.
Yeah, and then he wanted like a threesome with the octopus.
Yeah, of course he did. That pervert.
That's so fucking weird.
Neither Jay or I have seen this. So if we cross this path, as well as if we can't decide on something, we let you guys vote. So that's why I'm gonna let you guys vote on where to put it in.
That's how Jack from the Titanic really wanted to take that bitch down with him. Like that's what it would look like. It's like now neither one of us get on the fucking boat or the board.
It's crazy, dude. It won an Oscar, and both of us were like, nah. Nah,
I don't like that. Yeah, well, it is a romance. It's more of a romance kind of movie anyway, I think.
You want to hear something crazy, dude? This stream got
demonetized.
Just started. Yeah, it's been on for 9 minutes and 52 seconds, and it's already demonetized. What the fuck, YouTube?
They don't like us. we could literally preach hymns of peace and uniting one another under a banner of hope and like literally have Jesus Christ in the waiting room talking about forgiveness of others, and they'd be like, you said, nope, those guys are assholes, devil worshiping pieces of shit.
They didn't even give us a chance. Not even a chance, man. That's
okay. Well, let's restart the video and see what happens. we should like do another. We should just do another live stream and see if we can like if we just act like fucking choir boy, choir boy. If we act like choir boys, then maybe and then see if it has any effect. I mean, I don't know if it's bots. It's probably just bots. I don't know. Maybe they're monitoring for words.
Maybe they just assume what's going to happen. Who knows? Well, it wouldn't let me put all 5 tiers in there, but I'm pretty sure it won an Oscar. So people who have seen it aren't going to say sucks my butt, Steve. So that's up for you guys to vote on right now. Meanwhile, while you guys vote, let's take our pants off and feel around. I mean, let's take a look at some of your. We're so close, yet so far. Wolf of Elm Street says, glad you guys are here today. Needed it. Fincher is go. That's what I said, dude.
No, it's
I didn't
not,
even
Wolf.
see that before.
Stop it, Wolf. Go back to Elm Street and then work your way up to New York. I don't want to hear your mouth right now, okay? It's James Cameron. Forget about it. I don't want to talk about it anymore. He created goddamn Terminator. Enough said. If that's all that man ever did, he's already a legend, okay? That motherfucker's Raiden.
He only made 4 other movies. Maybe like 7.
But they all made billions. You give that man any fucking movie, he'd make it $1 billion movie. Hey, like, that's just what it is.
Hey, the Spice Girls made a lot of money too, but I don't see anybody calling them
where's
Frank Sinatra.
David Fincher's $1 billion movie?
He's got a lot of $1 billion movies.
Well, over like 55 years. I'm talking about as soon as he gets released.
I actually don't know if he has any. I just said that out loud because he's not about money, Jay. He's about art.
You should you
should learn about being artful.
That sounds like a goddamn college dropout. It's not about the fucking music. It's about the heart and soul. Like the guy that's playing at the coffee shop that's trying to be the next Kurt Cobain.
Sorry, I forgot my fuck you flip flops. All right, hey, that's one of his movies. Hey, we needed you too, Wolf, in the bed tonight. Tonight, it's on tonight. I don't want your boring life, and I don't want your 9 to 5 or anyone to tell me how to live my life. Jay.
Yeah.
Hi. Brennan Nix. Thanks, buddy. Very much appreciate that generous super chat. Says my pants always get a little shorter when I see you guys live.
All right.
Carry the 2. It's because the boner picks them up. I think that's what he means. The boner picks the pleats up and rise is higher. That's what he's trying to say. I don't know if you knew that. I don't know if you're cerebral enough.
I knew about it. My boyfriend tells me about it all the time. I mean, my girl, my wife.
Stan. Just wanted to say I love you guys and appreciate the content you all put out. Can't wait to meet you all at Scarefest. Oh, hey, yeah. Man.
It's going to be awesome. Can't wait to meet you.
We're going to be there. We're going to be sitting behind that booth, smelling like booze and cigarettes, ready to hug
but this time we can bring our booze with us instead of having to pay like $900 per bottle of fucking beer. Yeah.
We're bringing a cooler.
It's the most classy thing you've ever seen. We've also got a trailer set up out back too with like fucking blues music playing. You all should come and hang out with us.
Yeah, you guys can stay and watch us play acoustic.
Yeah, just follow the smell of skank and you'll find our table.
Yeah, the smell of fireworks. Dude,
you might as well like the Beverly Hillbillies. We're not even driving in a car. We're driving in like a fucking T-top with like a goddamn kitchen chair as a passenger seat.
Rolling in my 5.0 with my rag top down so my hair can.
Well, you know what? I don't feel that bad, dude. Like, there's a lot of celebrities that they literally bring their own drinks. They sit there and get drunk as fuck.
Oh yeah. Jay and I, that's what we've been doing the past couple of years. Like, no, we're just like small dogs, man. We gotta go up to the booth and we gotta buy our $7 and $9 Michelob Ultras and carry them back to the booth. But last year we saw people who had booths with their own coolers, and we were like, stop it.
Yeah. Where can I get a ticket to that goddamn show? Let me have one.
We learned our lesson. God damn it. Merck's Movies. Thanks so much. Says Jay. Gonna check out Bethesda's new RPG Starfield. That stands for running pigs through your gooch.
Idiot.
Come out tomorrow. I hope it'll consume me like Elder Scrolls and Fallout.
Actually, RPG stands for real penis greatness. I will say, I'm definitely going to get it. I'm not paying the $100 fucking that you can get to play it one day early. That's stupid.
One day? That's it? Madden gives you 3.
It comes out, EA. But September 31st or September 1st is when it comes out. August 31st. It was not really worth the $100 upcharge, but I'm definitely going to play it. Yeah, I think it's definitely going to absorb me. Like it's like Bethesda's newest RPG since Skyrim, and it's been that long. I think it's been like fucking 9 years since Bethesda has released anything like this.
Well, I'm gonna make our schedule really full that week, so you don't have any time to play it.
You can go suck my fucking fat ass dick.
Fuck you.
Nope.
Nighttime says, I never seen Urban Cowboy or Coal Miner's Daughter, but suddenly have the urge to watch the two films. That's so random.
Hey man, I've never seen the Coal Miner's Daughter, but Urban Cowboy's not bad, man. It's like, yeah, dude.
Did you just get done eating dinner at the Cracker Barrel or something? What's going on?
No, I was listening to Kenny Chesney in my Ford.
Urban Cowboy's good, except for like when you grow up and you realize it's like, actually, that guy's a woman beater. I don't even like him. He smacks his wife around like it's
she can handle it. She's a goddamn country gal. That's how we handle him bitches down here. She gets as good as she gets. Actually, he was a woman beater, but that dude that was like hanging around her with the fishnet fucking shirt,
Ted Danson.
Yeah, the guy looked like Ted Nugent's body double. That fucking guy, that dude was nasty though. That guy looked like he smelled like Newports and straight butt crack.
She did sleep with his like number one enemy. Who
I know. Yeah, I was like, yeah, so you could slap her around. Fuck it.
I'm not saying that.
No, because she did. Now I'll tell you what happened. He's like, God damn it, I'm gonna ride the fucking mechanical bullet. Ain't no place for vaginas. And then you gonna get up there and embarrass me in front of my friends, you stupid bitch. You must be on that Bud Light.
Would not have survived today. Sissy Spacek wouldn't have had it.
Sissy Spacek in that movie was extremely good looking.
Why don't you just say, where would the women's movement be if Tina Turner rolled over and said, hit me again, Ike, and put some steak on it? Michael Parton, thank you, buddy. Said, slam door on my finger and had to go to the ER. Ooh.
That sucks, man.
Damn, car door?
Yeah.
You had to go to the ER, I'm assuming car door.
Yeah, I am. Yeah, that fucking sucks. Did you break
Any stitches? Any stitches? Did what happened? Did you go to the doctor and it was major pain? He's like, you want me to take your mind off that pain in your finger? And he takes your other finger and he snaps it in half.
I gotta go. The IRS is here.
It's YouTube demonetization team.
Was it this one?
Which one? This?
Which one? This?
I hope you're okay, Mike. Christopher Sampson, fly me to the moon like that bitch. Alex Crampson says, you dudes inspired me to watch RoboCop and RoboCop 2.
I was watching RoboCop 2 last night.
Great movies. Can we get Dana White to have world leaders fight in the octagon? My money's on Justin Trudeau. Go Canada. Judge Judy could referee. That sounds really hot.
Yeah, well, that's actually a great idea, Chris. I mean, if only the problems of the world could be settled by that shit. Like that'd be great. If you could get all the assholes that want to start shit with every other fucking country and cause all these problems, line those motherfuckers up in the octagon, have them fight it out. That'd be great, dude. I'd love that shit. But of course, it'll never happen. But as far as Justin Trudeau, yeah, he might do very well. But I don't know. I mean, Trump's got he got that. You don't know what he's got in that fucking wig. You don't know. You don't know what's in there.
He just pulls out there could be
if he takes that shit off, dude. He could look like fucking Cthulhu. Like it could be like holding back the essence of what he is.
I agree, man.
But yeah, as far as RoboCop and RoboCop 2, it's weird that you said that, dude. I literally watched RoboCop 2 last night, and I was jumping back and forth between RoboCop 2 and the remake, and I cannot do the remake. Sucks so fucking bad, dude. I try every time to like that movie because I love Gary Oldman.
Well, you trying to turn me into some kind of RoboCop dog?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I was like, no, man, you're not cutting an album with Eminem. You're a fucking cop on the streets of Detroit. Shut the fuck up. But here's the other thing, by the way. Gary Oldman and that scene with Kinnaman when he's like, never show me this again. Like when he takes apart Murphy, that actually was very moving. It was actually a really cool moment. And I was like, God, if they had just stuck with that tone, like remember when he's like, he shows him what's left. He goes, my God, there's nothing left. I was like, that was fucking sad. And I was like, that's the tone that you should have kept going for because Gary Oldman was acting that shit out. And Michael Keaton was in it. He's a great bad guy. But then you just fucking you ruined it because you wanted to make it PG-13 and sell fucking toys. And then that suit was garbage, dude. That suit was straight up. What did they say? Was it Dark Knight leftover suit?
There was moments I didn't mind that suit. Sometimes it looked pretty fun.
I hated it.
But overall, like they could have done something.
Slick. It was too slick. I don't know what it was. Yeah, of course I understand they wanted to make it where he could run and jump over shit and like beat the hell out of Haley Joel Osment. Not Haley Joel Osment. What the fuck's his name? Jackie or Haley. I hate fucking actors with 3 goddamn names.
I see dead people. Shut the fuck up. You're coming with me.
Yeah, well, I know they had to do all that, so they made it more of an aerodynamic, slender suit. But RoboCop was supposed to be a bulky fucking monster of a machine. It never set well with me. I mean, if anything else, just keep the goddamn gray and black. You don't need just the pure black.
I didn't hate the suit. I just hated that it was PG-13. One of the best parts about RoboCop is how gnarly it was and how gross it was and how mean it was. And like, as soon as they said PG-13, I think everybody's like, nah.
Well, he's like RoboCop 3. It's RoboCop 3 Part 2, except it's put together a little bit better. And they had better. Sam Jackson was great. Again, man, you had a great talent in the fucking movie, and then you just ruined it.
Yeah, 100%, dude. Hey, we love you, Chris Sampson. You're the
Thanks,
fucking
Chris,
best,
man.
dude. Motionless Zombie says, hey guys, will you guys be doing a live reaction to Dylan's new Nightmare in the coming week?
No.
Yeah.
Yes. I don't know. The live reaction.
Oh, probably not live.
The actual movie. Oh yeah. How long is the movie?
I thought I heard Dave say when we were in bed together the other night that it was like 45 minutes long. I could be. I'm totally.
God damn, Dave. Do you not know that we have other things to do? Holy shit.
Probably
45
wrong.
minutes. No, I'll be happy to watch it.
Don't take my word for it. I'm pretty sure that's way off the time. I'm sure you guys know. Everybody's very excited about it. I'm sure it's going to fucking rule ass, dude. It's going to kick ass. We'll probably review it or talk about it at least in a live stream. Won't watch it in a live stream because I don't want to take views away from their effort,
bad about doing, I feel bad about doing that though too. Because like if you don't like again, and I'm sure it's going to be great, but that's for any fan film. People put so much time and effort and heart into making a fan film, and they don't have the backing of major studios. So when they open up. When you try to criticize them, I feel like it's almost an attack on your own community. You know, it doesn't feel good. I don't even like doing that because we're like, oh, is it good? I mean, yeah, subjectively, I'm sure it's good to them or it's good to somebody else, but I don't want to be the asshole to be like, hey, these fans pulled together a bunch of money and made this, something that they really had a heartfelt desire to do, and it sucks, dude. It sucks. Like, what kind of asshole are you?
What Jay's trying to say is we're going to watch it, and if it sucks, we'll never talk about it. But we believe it'll be great. It looks great.
If it sucks, it's Dave McCrae's fault. No,
actually, we'll just beat up Dave.
I'll say, goddamn, Dave.
We're going to Canada. We're gonna pick up Justin Trudeau on the way there, and we're going to Dave McCrae's house, and we're gonna show him a thing or two.
I'm sure it's gonna be great. The other film that Dave worked on was really good. Dave's got a good eye for the camera work, so I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm sure it's fucking amazing, man. Wolf of Elm Street says, love Cameron, bro, but too many blue sea aliens. He's got
all right.
He's got a fucking point, bro.
Okay, all right. You know what, Wolf? Just stop with your insults of James. You don't know him. I know him.
That's exactly what I saw Jay do with his ex-wife when she would start on her Franzia fucking bullshit. Like, just stop.
Yeah, there's a moment where there's no more words left in the universe. Like, there's just no more words. You just go, stop it. No, I'll tell you what. Listen, I liked Avatar. I did like the first one, but you know what? There was so much. I've not even seen the sequel because I really don't. I've not had a desire to go watch it. It was too long in between.
You're trying to tell me about how fucking great Avatar is.
The first one, bitch. Watch it.
For being the only woke motherfucker enough to say that movie sucks shit. And I don't care who says it. And I mean woke, like not in the
fuck?
The original version of woke, not like
talk about a segue into politics. Here we go.
Shut up.
My favorite
I meant like
North
awake enough. Awake is what I should say. I apologize.
No, listen, Avatar 1 was great. I had dude, the first one was awesome. I don't really have a desire to see a sequel because I didn't really think it needed a sequel.
You don't even watch the sequel. You were telling me that movie's great and you don't even want to watch the sequel?
Because the first one didn't need a sequel.
Now they did fucking Halloween, man.
Oh, you tell me
we still watch all them.
Terminator needed a sequel.
It didn't need one, but it got one.
Shut your goddamn mouth. Thank God for it. Thank
If
God.
Avatar is really good,
and then Aliens.
Movie,
but Aliens, dude. There's always going to be at the end of time when Jesus comes, it's like all aboard. It's like fucking the Polar Express, whatever, for the rapture. People are still going to be debating: is Alien Ridley Scott's better than Aliens? James Cameron.
Yeah.
And that's true. I mean, I don't know, dude. I gotta be honest. I would pick Aliens. I don't know. I don't know. Certain days, one week it's Alien, other next week it's Aliens. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you couldn't have that same argument for Avatar because you didn't even like the first one enough to watch.
Wolf,
the second
you know
one,
what? Just have another Quaalude.
Wolf status. Ricardo Vargas sounds like a UFC fighter. Just every time I read his name, says thank you, Jay. I don't know why.
Man, I don't know what it's over, but you're welcome. Peace be with you.
Yeah. And with you, macaroni and cheese. Creasefold says, "Holy jumped up, bald headed Jesus Palomino."
I don't know if that's a strike at me or if you're talking about an actual quote from a movie.
Immediately, you take offense. Like, wait, what?
No, I mean, I'm perfectly okay with it, but I mean,
is he sitting behind me?
Holy jumped up, bald headed Jesus Palomino. That's from a movie. I don't know what
that is from a movie. Actually, I do believe it is. But I felt the same thing you do. I felt personally
I
accosted.
thought he was like, I thought he was talking about your hairline too.
Yeah, I thought he was sitting behind me at the Mexican restaurant tonight.
Jesus was?
Yeah, Jesus.
Oh, I was like, well, that was just a drug dealer, aka crackhead.
Ironically, my daughter ordered the Jesus special, and she keeps calling it the Jesus special. And
That is what it is, Jesus.
That's not what you want, because that's when you order that, the waiter takes you in the back and dumps you in a bowl of water. The kilts, the clit.
I thought it was just full of wine and fish.
That's porno. Oh yeah, it makes you drink the body and the blood, and you don't want any of that. The clit says
attack on the Catholics, eh?
Look, we all know the clit's not real. All right.
No, especially we know the clit here doesn't know it's real either because he misspelled it.
Yeah.
The clit spelled a K. Everybody knows it.
Fake news. Says, I already came in my shorts. Do you guys go to Halloween Horror Nights? We are very far away.
Yeah, it's expensive, man. We looked in. I actually really wanted to go, but that shit's like, holy fuck. Like, it's really expensive. I'd have to give up on collecting toys, and that's just not going to happen.
Get out of here.
No, Halloween Horror Nights is a dream to go to. I really would like to go and experience it because I watched all the live reactions and stuff when they do it every year. It looks really fun, dude. But no, it's just pricey. It's pricey.
People get really crazy about it, and I'm sure it seems fun. I would want to go. You got a meeting with your drug dealer? Is that what's going on?
No, the hostage negotiators here.
Oh, give me some for next time. Please.
I actually took an IRS agent hostage. I don't know shit. No,
that's the hooker in your basement.
That's why I haven't been with a hooker today.
His name is Steve.
Yeah, it was.
I've never been. I would want to go, but I do think, like, I'll just be honest with you guys, just like, because we always are, like, because it's so, everyone talks about Halloween Horror Nights. In my head, I already assume it's going to be super overrated, and then it's just going to be like a paltry haunted house with the licensing for shit. And here in Kentucky, we're so far away from shit that our haunted houses just use all the shit they want to anyway, because no one's going to come check. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you have the goofy Big Lots fucking Michael Myers or like the Jason that they got the mask from Walmart, where it's like the glow in the dark one. It's really bad. It's like it's downscale, but at least it's cheap. But here's the thing about Halloween Horror Nights too. Yeah, I would say that's true if you were going in with the mindset that it was going to be like some awesome, amazing, life-changing moment. But I always looked at it just like it was going to be like I don't know, like if you go, like, you know how you go to those pumpkin patches during Halloween, you're like, hey, look at all the fuck like that. Like, it's not really. I'm not going in expecting it to be life-changing.
In the lines, there's probably
that's the other thing. I think it's over. Like, yeah, the tourist shit is like insane.
Yeah, I want to go, but I want to wait and hopefully one day this channel will be accepted by the masses and they'll let us in for free.
I want to go, but I wouldn't go during the daytime when it's not as packed. Wow. In the nighttime will be fucking crazy, and plus I want to get drunk, so that'll be another issue. That's like, yeah, it's like I was like, I'll be stumbling down the fucking street drunk in Disney's Magic Kingdom, be like, where's the next? Is KFC open?
Yeah. Are you gonna go? I don't know. Can you have alcohol in there? It's like, yeah, it's the birth of your firstborn child. That's, well, I
thought you were asking. They serve alcohol.
Tim C, that motherfucker with that
Tim.
Fucking bag.
Wow, man. Thank you so much, dude.
God damn it, Tim. You're so goddamn good to us, man. We love you. Thank you so much.
Don't call him T like he's some kind of goddamn gang member.
I didn't mean to. It was a fucking accident, Jay. All right, idiot. Don't judge me,
idiot face.
Don't you come over here judging me and the three men I'm sleeping with at once when you're pantsless before you even walk in the door and you're holding a lollipop and a diaper.
Yeah, that's what you told me to wear because you were making a video.
It was a themed party. Yo, need your opinions. Just went back to school as a hobby. Oh, nice, dude. This guy, he's fucking retired cop, New York City cop, by the way. He's like, hey, I haven't busted enough bad guys yet. I'm gonna go to fucking school. Look at you. Look at you. Just went back to school as a hobby. Majority of the class are girls, 18 to 25. All right. What is the problem? And I'm already being flirted with hardcore. That's what I'm saying. Look at you,
man.
This guy's fucking winning. I'm not handsome, so what the fuck is going on? Dude, your picture's right there. Stop lying to us. We see you. We see you. Unless that's your handsome twin brother.
You're a good looking dude.
Yeah, he's a handsome dude. I'm not handsome. What the fuck is going on? If this is part of Project Bluebeam, I'm all for it. LOL. Be well, guys.
Yeah, you know what? Maybe you're right, Tim. Maybe they want to lay their fucking alien eggs into your belly and then you shit them out. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. It could be Project Bluebeam. You don't know. You got to keep the guard up. But honestly, man, you look like that really attractive, like I'm worldly, but I'm also young looking, and I know the ways around and I know what to do. I'm financially secure. I understand my place in the universe. And you know, like literally, that's panty drop material. Unlike me and Mike, who are literally pussy repellent, walking around on 2 legs.
I'm wet right now.
Yeah, pussy repellent is what Mike and I are, generally speaking.
Speak for yourself.
Are pussy. No, you are pussy repellent as much as I'm pussy repellent on 2 legs. But no, but Tim, man, you've got what's going on there, man. But hey, good luck, dude. Be careful. Don't you go. Listen, them young girls are crazy fucking TikToker generations. You never know. You don't know what's going on with them. You might be like having some good sex with a 26-year-old, 7-year-old, and all of a sudden your fucking butt cheek is going to be on TikTok. Had sex with a former NYPD police officer. Hot, yes. Did he put me in handcuffs? No. Disappointed, level 5. And
just
you're like, what the
Julian
fuck?
Edelman.
I just had sex with you.
No lie. Yeah. Jay's absolutely right. Be careful. Be careful with the dick. And you don't need us to tell you that. You know, he doesn't need it. He knows what's up.
Wrap it up.
Hey, but good. You know what? It's not that you're not good looking, Tim. You know what it is?
I always thought Tim was married for some reason. I don't know why.
Just because look at him. He looks like a guy who's married, doesn't he?
Yeah, he looks like he's married to like a really hot tennis instructor.
We're gonna find out he actually is married, and this is all on the down low. But I'll tell you this, Tim. Good things happen to good people, and that's why that's happening for you. Embrace it. Have a good time. Wrap up your Jimmy. Robin Barker says, on the topic of Fincher, I love Seven as much as anyone, but let's not forget the amazing Zodiac, which is just as good, if not better. One of the most vicious and unforgiving films ever made.
I watched Zodiac for the first time last year. I think it was last year. It was a good movie.
Beg Jay. I actually it was a good stick to get him to watch it.
Yeah, and he did, and it was very wet with all my saliva on it. But listen. I don't think it's nearly as good as Seven. I think Seven was its own unique beast. I think Seven was something very new. It was very different. You've never seen a kind of movie like that before, really, at all. Zodiac was based on an actual real-life serial killer. The subject material was already there. All they had to do is adapt it for film. So the creepy factor, the surrealism of that film already comes from a real-life thing. Seven was literally invented from nothing. And it's so good. You were thinking, man, this could be fucking real. Like Seven could be real, 100% real, especially in the Bible Belt, like 100% in the Bible Belt.
Yeah, it's crazy. They're so different, and that's why David Fincher is so amazing. Is because both films are so different. But Zodiac does have moments in, dude, when he kills that couple by the lake, the stabbing sounds, those dudes are so creepy, and that movie's so good. And it's got such good character work. And Seven's like top 5 all timer for me.
It really is. Yeah.
So yeah, dude, Zodiac rules. Speaking of which, that's a good segue. We're gonna keep answering super chats as we go along. We're gonna mix it up, get them both in there. Suck my dick, Steve. We're gonna do it all. In the case of Shape of Water, though, you guys say that movie is pretty fucking rad. Fuckable got 27%. Almost Touches the Sun got 21%. All Timer got 18%.
Whoa!
But get your
pretty good
fish fucking ass down into.
I'm gonna have to watch that, dude.
Pretty rad territory. Yeah, I might one night when Pornhub's down.
Yeah, it's never down, so I guess I'll never watch it.
I only like to watch actual.
I have backup porn sites if Pornhub's down.
Oh God! And so that's why YouTube demonetizes us before we even start.
Why? Because we're engaging in the discussion of human sexuality like we're beasts.
I'm sorry that we're men.
God,
men.
Yeah, sorry that we're men if we like to watch other women do things.
You're not a man until you sleep with one. That's what I always say. Yeah. In the cases, I'm gonna make a case right now that Zodiac is in fact an all-timer. It is so goddamn atmospheric. It is top-notch, Oscar-worthy acting, the score, the cinematography. It's a perfect fucking film. It's a 10 out of 10 for me. What do you think, though?
Nah.
He says no.
Nah. That's a nah for me, Shotty. I'm gonna put that on. I put that at Almost Touches the Sun. I think it's really good. I just don't like. Seven is an all-timer. I don't think it really deserves to be next to Seven, in my opinion. I think it's good. Don't get me wrong. Like 100%, it's an amazing film. But I don't
think you deserve to be next to me next time we go get Slurpees together.
That's fine. You don't fucking shower or wear deodorant.
You're gonna wait in the car. How about
That's
that?
fine. Well, fuck you then. You'll get taken
How
away
about that?
for no air conditioning and you had the windows rolled up and the car.
I'm gonna pretend that your favorite Slurpee's out of order, and I'm gonna get you a shitty like fucking green apple slushy. So what's up now?
I thought you were gonna give me a Diet Right. That's about as bad.
Diet Right slushy. That actually, I would drink that because I could.
Oh God, dude, Diet Right was so fucking bad. If you guys don't know, Diet Right was like the knockoff brand of Diet Coke. When you didn't have a lot of money, Diet Right, that shit was bad, dude. That shit was not good. It tasted like cardboard sticks.
I think we did answer another question though as we were talking. In the case of, oh my God, did I not put 7 on here? What the fuckity?
That's in my top 5, guys. Oh,
shut up, Jay! Don't use that voice when you're talking about me. 7, yes.
I hate that cover. That cover looks like shit. I like the original one.
Yeah, that's a terrible poster for it for sure. But dude, I'll never forget like fucking stayed home sick from school, eating a bowl, and I used to take like 3 goddamn bricks of ramen noodles and just like put them all in a giant fat bowl and sit downstairs with my fat ass when I stayed home from school. Ordered it on pay-per-view back when you had to call pay-per-view, and just this movie is one of the reasons I fell in love with movies, man. It's one of the greatest movies I've ever seen. I fucking love it with all my heart and farts. It's definitely an all-timer.
Yeah, no doubt. And then, I mean, how many of us have been drunken slobs and been there with that fat motherfucker eating those SpaghettiOs until his stomach bursts? Because you're so fucking drunk, you go downstairs and you pour like 50 cans of SpaghettiOs, you start eating that shit. I go over like a penguin.
Yeah, and I go through every single one of those sins: gluttony, greed, sloth, envy, wrath, pride, and lust.
It happens all at once. It does.
In a single sitting of food.
Yeah, dude. Like, you're eating way more than you need. You're on your phone looking at porn. You're thinking about how much I can fucking squeeze out of something to get more money. Maybe I could cheat on my taxes. Yeah. You're thinking about something that you want from somebody else. Yeah, it's just a lot of shit.
Gluttony is an obvious one in that situation. Greed, I want more. Sloth, I'm not going to do anything but eat these fucking Cheetos all day. Envy, I wish I had more Cheetos. Wrath, I'm really angry at how fat I'm going to get from eating these Cheetos. Pride, I actually think I'm slim enough to be eating Cheetos right now. And finally, lust, I want to fuck these Cheetos.
Well, I had my tier was better, so shut the fuck up. Don't ever go over my fucking head.
Don't you ever go
over my fucking head. You motherfucker, you. By the way, that's just from Casino. That's from Casino, guys. Mike's not even Jewish, you dumbasses. I just want you guys to know. It's not a racial slur because it's fucking Joe Pesci from Casino.
You motherfucker, you. Oh, Jesus Christ. I didn't know Jay was cosplaying as Kanye tonight. How about fucking Dune? I have not seen this movie, dude. I have not seen it, so this is all you.
Well, I don't want to answer any more questions.
You haven't seen it?
No.
Did you not fucking watch Dune? Oh, you have seen it. Okay. I was like, you love this shit. This is your shit.
Well, as a what's that? I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that. I was gonna say because you called me Kanye. I'm not saying that. So Dune. I think Dune. You know what I was gonna say? I'm not gonna do it. But no, I'm gonna put it Almost Touches the Sun. This was a great fucking movie. Really well done. They stuck to the novels really well. Because before this, the one that came out in the 80s, the Dune, that was an incredible movie. Sting was actually a really good actor in that movie. This one hits all the pacing and levels of that novel very well. I can't wait for the sequel. I think they did an incredible job. The casting is wonderful. It's an Almost Touches. It's not perfect because it is a lot. There is parts in it that drag significantly, but it's Almost Touches the Sun for me.
Okay, fair enough. I haven't seen it. I don't. That sounds like something I would be bored to fucking tears watching. I feel like there's a certain kind.
It kind of feels like if you watch it though, it's like there's like a Star Wars kind of the Force thing with it.
See, that's kind of why I think I wouldn't like it. I'm just.
You don't like Star Wars, you piece of shit, uncultured swine.
I like Star Wars like I like a fucking bagel. Like I enjoy the bagel. I'm not fucking obsessed with the bagel. I'm not gonna start a fucking blog about the bagel. You know, I enjoyed the fucking Star Wars movie and I'm done with it. That's me. You know, I'm not going to write fan fiction and jerk off in my room to my Star Wars bed sheets while I dream about fucking C-3PO up his ass while R2-D2 watches and jerks off.
So you're just talking about that only with Madden.
That was just that. What I was talking about.
I'm dreaming about Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, I do that to Aaron Rodgers. That's how I know so much about it. The obsession.
Yeah.
And I don't mean you, by the way. I just mean Yeah, I wish I was into Star Wars like that. It's a jealousy thing. I
I'm
didn't
not.
mean
No,
anything by
I
it.
was into Star Wars, and then Star Wars dive bombed off the cliff of the Mickey Mouse dick and
It
killed itself.
did, didn't it? It died like hard, like it died
Yeah.
a hard death.
Yeah.
It really did.
It shot itself like in the mist,
Oh.
or it tried to, but it actually succeeded.
Yeah, the second that the strike's over, it's gonna be
like
fucking.
all in the mist.
God!
At the end of the movie when he's shooting all of the people in the car. That's like Disney shooting all the properties that they had and killing it, and then they try to pull the trigger on themselves, but the bullet's out, and they're like, "Oh my god, now I have to face my fucking shareholders."
When they sell all these IPs to someone who can actually do cool and exciting new shit with them, that's gonna be them in the car afterwards.
If I was smart enough if I could figure out how to make that video, I would literally show the mist and have like on the faces of each of the people that he kills in the car, like Marvel, Star Wars, Indiana Jones, and as he's shooting them, and you hear the gun going off, and then just have Disney, and he's like trying to click the fucking trigger. That'd be a great meme.
Angelo, the Cisco Kid. What's up, man? Love your name, love your face, love your body.
Yeah.
What it says?
You look like a better adjusted Ezra Miller.
He does without all the hate crimes. Yo, Micah and Jay, been a while. I have to hop off, but if you guys were sex toys, what would be your names? Oh, the jackhammer. I get in there when I'm done. You're not the same anymore.
Oh my god, Dante! Shut the fuck up, Dante. My name would be, if I were a vibrator.
It's from a movie.
I would be Dildo Baggins.
Dildo Baggins. I would just be Mike
Dildo
the Dyke.
Baggins.
I'm only for rough around the edges.
I go into the Shire and I make you a nice meal. I hang around for a little while. I'll tell you a great story and then I leave.
I'm studded for your pleasure. Mr. Clumps. I had one of those today in the toilet. It says, my peepaw used to get mad and say, stop crying before I give you a reason to cry whenever I was upset.
I've heard that phrase before, not from my peepaw, but from
I've heard it in bed.
Yeah. It's my ex-wife. She viciously beat the shit out of me. She said, stop crying or I'll give you a reason to cry. He told me to fuck her, so I fucked her.
Well, she's actively inside of you.
But no, back in the day, I did. That was I remember that line. I'm not going to go into detail, but I do. Stop crying or I'll give you something to cry about.
Oh, yeah. That was a famous one when we were growing up. And I remember Mr. Clumps. Also, you should honestly, I hope your appeal comes through. I hope that appeal from your lawyer comes through and you get out of there.
Stop commenting from prison. I don't even know how you get internet access.
We're actually being charged 1-800-collect for his super chats right now. YouTube accepted the charge. Yeah. That's always a good feeling. You get that call. The local county jail's calling, and Greg wants to know if you'll accept the charges.
Mr. Clumps looks like he literally invented the scale for weighing marijuana and other drugs.
Josh Short, thanks, buddy. It says, what if they made Inspector Gadget a horror icon? Go Gadget acid spray. Intrusive thoughts are fun.
Ooh, that's a good idea. Yeah. Well, I guess it'd be like in the same vein as when they did that the indie Winnie the Pooh horror movie.
Oh yeah.
So it kind of would be like that, but I mean, and I don't think they're ever going to get fucking funding for an Inspector Gadget horror movie. But if they did it like low key, like an indie movie, yeah, I guess you could turn Inspector Gadget into a serial killer that works on the police force. And like he's hiding his crime, but he's the one that he's actually committing it.
My mind goes to Puppet Master with like Screwhead and shit like that. I don't know why. I don't know why it goes there.
God, get your head out of people's butts.
The little guy with the fucking screw top head that like grinds into people's.
His name's not Screwhead.
He's the reason I have a bald spot.
It's Drillhead.
Drillhead. There we go. Yeah, that's the dude. That's where my mind goes. Also, my mind goes to the Eminem songs like "Go Gadget Dick," the Days of Our Life song, or whatever. Anyways,
yeah, but that would be a good idea, Josh. Good call. Good call.
Good idea, dude. You should. It's probably the IP is probably fucking available.
You should.
All right,
yeah,
close my eyes, feeling around. Fight Club.
Oh wow. Well,
you
already know where that's going. Go ahead and jackhammer that bitch all the way into the all-timer and let the mountain speak for itself and the clouds open up and say, welcome home, angel.
Thank you. I thought we were going to have to argue about this.
No, there's no way that you can tell me Fight Club is one of the best fucking movies of all time. It really is.
Goddamn right it is. Goddamn, I am Jack's pleasant excitement in this. Yeah, dude, so fucking good, man. Just that.
Why does it look like Brad Pitt farted while he's showing that fucking card and then Edward Norton smelling it? It looks like he crop
It
dusted his
does.
friend.
It does. That's totally somebody else. That's actually a terrible poster. It's someone else's hand. It's neither of their hands.
Yeah.
And they just look like they're going to give you a swirly in the toilet at school.
Dude, listen, Brad Pitt's a handsome motherfucker, and he was incredibly good looking in this movie. But in this particular picture, he looks like he listens to Sugar Ray 24/7. Has tried to stylize himself after Sugar Ray, and like he just looks like a douchebag that also listens to Limp Bizkit while he drives his fucking Camaro, his 1999 Camaro around town.
Dude, but Brad Pitt also in this movie, dude, he is the epitome of that dude that like you start hanging out with and you start partying with him and you're like, dude, we're having the best time ever. We're fucking partying our faces off. We are shutting down bars left and right. This dude's awesome.
Yeah, but you can't keep up with him. That's the kind of guy you can't keep up with.
Yeah, then 6 a.m. he's like, what are you doing? Why are we not going to the basketball courts? It's like it's 105 degrees outside and there's a hurricane. He's like, I don't give a shit. And then next thing you know, he's stealing from you and he signs you up for all sorts of credit cards. And like,
it makes me mad, dude. Well, you're like, goddamn, dude, why don't you like going out with you? Because standing next to you, I look like the fucking ugly kid from Stand By Me.
It's true.
I look like Jerry O'Connell and you're the fucking, no, fuck this shit. I can't because you're, listen, now at that point, if you hang out with Brad Pitt in this movie, you absolutely will get no pussy. None.
100%. None. You're fucked. I also love Edward Norton in this movie, dude, too. Just like that whole, like his whole aura before everything goes wrong. He's like when his apartment blows up, he's like, how embarrassing. A fridge with nothing but condiments or whatever it was. And like the way he talks about life, like his narration in this movie just takes all the depression of life and just spells it out perfectly in front of you. It's such a good fucking movie, dude. I love it.
Yeah, it's great.
I want to fuck it.
I think he's better looking in 7, to be honest. But
Brad Pitt,
yeah,
shoot, dude, he's got
he had that face. More, but he has more of a tortured like existence of the detective. I think adds to his sexiness versus Fight Club. Even though some people were like, "Yeah, well, he looks great in Fight Club because you see his abs." And shit.
Yeah. But he does look like
just had to show it, Brad, didn't you? Like, wow, like we couldn't guess the way that you under your clothes.
Come on, Lou, let us stay, Lou. God, I love that fucking movie. I'm gonna watch it again soon. It's been too long. I can tell because I can't think of all the great quotes that are popping in.
Mike keeps on talking about his dick. We know.
I take it so hard. Smudge says The Shape of Water, aka fish fucker.
That's what I thought when I heard about it. I was like, fish. I don't care about that. I was like, I don't watch that. He reminds me of that dude though, because he reminds me of that dude from Hellboy, The Shape of Water. The aquatic superhero. That's who he reminds me of. I don't want to watch that guy's porn tape.
You know what's funny about that you would bring that up is one of the directors in our list here is Guillermo del Toro. And you know what movie I've never watched?
Hellboy.
Fucking Hellboy.
Or Hellboy 2.
Or Hellboy 2.
I watched them both.
Did he do the first Hellboy? Because I can't find
he did I think he did the first one.
Well,
Pan's Labyrinth is fucking awesome though. Pan's Labyrinth is really good. I do like Pan's Labyrinth. That's
here it is. I need you to tell me where to stick it, and that by it I mean Hellboy.
Well, usually you put it in your mouth first, and then you work it in your asshole. You should be familiar with this process.
Huh, I will say. After we hang out?
I will say it's probably for me. It's like I think it's a fun movie. I don't take it seriously. It's not even. Like it's like a more of a comedic version of Sin City. The stylized violence and the way that they kind of present the film is a better telling of like how they did League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. They do that in a better way. But that you can tell that Guillermo wants to go darker. But I don't know if it was studio or interference from them that they were like, no, you can't go that dark. You go a little bit, but you can't. I mean, he's literally hell is already in the goddamn title. I'll put it as pretty rad. I think it's pretty good. It's not almost touches the sun or anything, but I think it's pretty rad.
Okay, how do you feel about El Sequalo? That's not a word
to me. Okay, well, the sequel's to me the sequel's fuckable, but I can let the audience decide that.
Okay, I'll put that to an audience vote. How do you guys feel about Hellboy 2? I have to ask the question in the chat. I'm so stupid. Zodiac, by the way, in the case of Zodiac, you guys say that it almost touches the sun versus all timer 53 to 47%. That's fine. That's 6% of you go fuck yourself.
You want to come into my shop and hang out with my peers and shop in my goods? You picked what I vote. Good job.
This fucking shows you to come in here. Okay, fuck you guys. I'll put it in almost touch the sun, but I want my Dismay to be noted. Please note my dismay currently.
No one gives a fuck.
Shut up. Okay, so Zodiac goes and almost touches my buns. And Hellboy 2 goes to a vote for you guys. In the meantime, while I'm putting that in there, let me throw up another one that I have not seen that I think you have, or is that all of those?
No,
I'll give you this one. I'll give you this one because I was so fucking bored through this movie, I didn't even fucking finish it.
Listen,
The Devil's Backbone.
I think now this particular movie, I do feel like it's overrated quite a bit. I know that people will list this. I've seen this movie listed in people's like top 10 horror movies. I don't get it. I never really understood it. Like, I guess maybe they're talking about the unsettling atmosphere. I don't know. But I feel like the best that you could say about this movie is it's fuckable. It's acted well, and the direction is good, and the cinematography is good. The lighting is great. But overall, like, I mean, the movie, and I'm scared of fucking anything and everything. It didn't scare me at all. Like, it's a fuckable. That's where it is. It's gonna be fuckable. Okay, you're not gonna marry her. Okay, you're gonna be like Tim. You're gonna have sex with her in college and then forget about her.
See, I remember like people telling me this movie's fucking scary as shit, and I watched it, dude, and I couldn't even make it through. I was so bored.
I don't think it lived up to. I don't know why. Maybe it just wasn't my type of movie, and it had nothing to do with the fact that it was in subtitles. Because I like Let the Right One In. I watched that movie. I watched Pan's Labyrinth. Train to Busan. Those are all like in subtitles, and they're great. Iron Wolf. Yeah. Why did you have Iron Wolf on here? Is it the Coachella of horror fests?
Oh, that was an accident.
Yeah, it is.
Get out of here, Iron Wolf. You're not invited. I'm just kidding. I meant to say the fish fucker one, and then I just misclicked it. We love you, Iron Wolf. I'm just kidding. Adrian Ybarra says a 2-band concert event, but 3 to choose. An opening act, headliner, and 1 has to go.
Oh.
Okay. Red Hot Chili Peppers, Green Day, Smashing Pumpkins. Damn, that's a great question.
God, Adrian, how did you know my 3 favorite bands? I have posters everywhere around my room.
Jay's got them tattooed.
It's all Savage Garden. Yeah, I have a tattoo on my back of Flea.
It's very easy for me to choose the headliner, dude, because it's definitely Green Day, one of my all-time favorite bands, and maybe it's between them and people are gonna laugh at me for this, but Papa Roach for the best band I've ever seen live, dude. Papa Roach puts on a fucking show. If you don't believe me,
dude, you have to
YouTube their Hellfest.
You can only pick the 3 that he listed.
No, I know. I'm just explaining. Like Green Day and is one of the 2 greatest bands I've ever seen play live. The show that they put on is fucking insane. They never stop. They play so many fucking hits. They're all over that stage. It still has the vibe of a punk show, even though they're playing arenas, but he also does. It's just perfect, dude. I love Green Day so much. Green Day's headliner. Between Red Hot Chili Peppers and Smashing Pumpkins, I've never been much of a Red Hot Chili Peppers guy, and I love the vibe of Smashing Pumpkins. But if
you lived under a bridge sometime, well, I do some blood. You might be a different. You might have a different tone.
Kiss your little meat tray. But I'll say that I would actually take Red Hot Chili Peppers. Like, I'm more of a Smashing Pumpkins type guy, and Red Hot Chili Peppers tend to get on my nerves sometimes, but they have so many fucking hits, dude.
Well,
and if you're at a party. Yeah. It would be way funner to like dance and drink and like have a blast at a concert to Red Hot Chili Peppers with a shit ton of people than Smashing Pumpkins. I mean, it's way funner to be like, jamming out to one of Red Hot Chili Peppers songs than be like, you know the song?
Yeah.
Rat in a Cage would be fucking badass to see live, but yeah, I'm going with Red Hot Chili Peppers. Sorry for that.
I used to like Green Day until they got political as fuck. They're basically the opposite end of Disturbed.
They got even better after they got
political. They're like a 5 Finger Death Punch, but the other side of the spectrum.
American Idiot's one of the greatest rock albums of all time.
Yeah, they are, but then they're all fucking like, who gives a shit about your politics? Just sing good fucking music, you idiot.
They're still good songs.
Some of them, but yeah, it's the thing. The same thing. People hate 5 Finger Death Punch because they're on the other side of the aisle, and they're on the other side of the aisle. So I think Green Day was better when they just shut the fuck up about politics. But either way, Red Hot Chili. If it was me, I think Red Hot Chili Peppers would be the headliner. I don't even really listen to any of these bands. Like they're not like my favorites of all, but any of them really. But Red Hot Chili Peppers, I do like Under the Bridge. If I had to pick, and then Green Day would be second in the last. I only know one goddamn song by the Pumpkins that smash. One song.
You don't remember?
No, I just remember Billy Corgan. I remember it was like somebody said that he was an asshole to him. I don't know. Yeah, but like Billy Corgan, like I was like, dude, why you literally look like a pumpkin head?
You do know the one song, like the
But he was an asshole to him. I was like, why are you being an asshole?
I don't know. I just saw him eating nacho chips on stage, and I was like,
Well,
"You're a weird
I don't
goth
know.
guy."
It was a Reddit story. It could have been a lie. I don't know.
But you know, fuck, why am I forgetting the lyrics? It's like the easiest song ever. But the despite all my rage, I'm still just a rat in a cage. You know that song, right? Despite all my rage, I am still just a rat in a.
Oh yeah, okay, okay. I do know that song. Yeah, I mean, no, I think that I feel like Smashing Pumpkins, like they feel like that you'd be listening to them when you're having like a goddamn crumb cake in a restaurant. Like after the hard that after the hardcore, you know what I mean? Like the hardcore music is over and you're like having crumb cake in the restaurant attached to the building of the arena, and then you hear them, you're like, oh, I
could totally see being in a fucking coffee shop eating a crumb cake and listening to
it's coffee shop punk rock. I don't know, it's weird.
That's exactly that's some true shit right there. That was a fun question, man.
That's gonna piss somebody off. I'm not saying the Smashing Pumpkins are bad or anything, but
so this was a while ago, but I just want to let you know that in all things, when you say this, it means in all things. Wolf Status Ricardo Vargas agrees with me.
About what?
Probably about whose dick is bigger.
Well, you know what? Wolf Status Ricardo Vargas, you were going to be invited to my 40th birthday party, and now you're just not. I guess your address might get lost. And
no cake for you.
You're not going to be going to the Chuck E. Cheese anniversary.
So no, man.
You missed out.
It's fine. I got
kicked out. If you don't want to see Chuck E. Cheese, that's fine. I mean, it's not your fault.
Thanks, Will Status. I like to be agreed with. It makes me feel good in bed. Merck's Movie says any chance of streaming more games in the future would be epic to see Jay play Starfield and Mike Rage dominate playing Madden.
Yeah, we're working on that. We talked about it last stream on Monday. We got to work out some kinks. There's a few things that we're trying to figure out to make sure that it streams really well and that everyone gets satisfied, which we can never say to our wives, but that everyone has a good time and everyone's satisfied, because the last thing we want to do is give you guys like subpar shit that's not gonna, like that we're just trying to, I don't know, like parasitic worm our way into another medium, because we actually do enjoy games. That's really the idea of starting this channel, came from gaming. Mike and I were doing Halo Reach, and I was like, hey, it would be great if we started a movie channel or something. But yeah, we're definitely going to do it. But right now, it's restrictive to the Patreon just as a test audience. We don't want to put it out here on regular YouTube while it's still like kind of in the test phases.
100%, and that is some stuff that we're going to be doing. We're going to be testing it, doing different things with it on the Patreon. We're just going to put it in the $5 tier. It's not going to be any higher than that. But yeah, I'd say probably starting early September, we'll do another stream again, and party our faces off, and maybe eventually start doing random shit. Like Jay may do some Grand Theft Auto with Slender Man, which I think is going to be fucking hilarious.
That's
I might throw on a game of Madden randomly. But I can't do Madden. You lied to me though. Like you can't actually do Madden on the Game Pass. It's not you can't.
Yeah, you can. You gotta, if you download the game.
It won't let me download.
Did you download it on your computer?
It won't let me. It won't let me download it on my computer. Well, I don't know. You have to ask Xbox. Ask fucking Steve
I don't
Jobs.
have time. Bill Gates is an asshole. He never returns my call.
I'll try. I'll try again, but as far as I can tell, I can't. Well, but I did buy a longer HDMI cord, so I'm going to try the capture card again in the coming weeks. The end of the month's always crazy for us, getting stuff finished up with Patreon and whatnot. But first of the week, you'll probably see some new gaming shit on the Patreon for sure.
TCM just came out. Me and Mike actually got to play the Turtles game together online.
That was fun
with everybody. That was really fun. There's a lot of games that we can fuck with in the meantime, but I also want to make sure that you guys understand that it won't. Like once the things get worked out that we need to get worked out, it will be probably at some point on YouTube. It's not going to be like we're just hiding it behind a paywall, like to be assholes.
Yeah. Well, we already put some up, so
So I mean, I just didn't want that rumor to spring up. Like, oh well, look what they're doing. They're charging you $5. See these piece of shits that don't even pay their taxes. Listen. I don't give a fuck what you like. Listen, Joker himself paid his taxes. Even he was scared of the IRS. You gotta pay your fucking taxes, dude. Trust me. Trust.
Mercs also says, and Fallout 4 was their last game, not Skyrim.
Oh yeah, Fallout 4. Yeah, you're right.
God damn it, Jay. Stop fucking up. Oh, I'm gonna come over there.
Technically I could say Fallout 76, but I'm not gonna say that to you.
Don't come in, Mia. Hey, I got pee.
All right, go ahead. I gotta give me 1 second. 1 second. I'm not going to pee yet.
Show us your dick. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do. DJ Dream Entertainment says live in LA Horror Nights is cool, but overhyped. I thought it would be. I had that feeling. Mazes are cool. Years ago, they had a Halloween theme detailed as fuck. All depends on the theme of the year.
Yeah,
that is true.
I
would
think
love
this
to see
year, I don't think
Halloween.
this year is very good. Well, maybe it is. I think with Stranger Things again. I don't know. It was something like I wasn't interested in what the themes they had going this year.
Yeah, and that's we like to do that though. If Jay and I can't go, we're like, it probably sucks. That just makes us feel better.
If we can't have it,
able to make it,
then it's got to suck for everyone else.
Yeah, fuck it. Hey, we're at 7:42 is Dream Entertainment, and I will return from the darkness momentarily.
Okay,
by darkness I mean my bathroom.
All right, lay some sticky turds.
Oh,
stink. Hi guys, so listen, I've got to go out and pull my small wiener and make sure that it's not stuck up in my urethra hole. It's only going to take a second. Sometimes I think I have a vagina, it's so small, but the reality is it's just a super centimeter dick, like the ones I like to suck on, like Tic Tac. Anyhow, back to the show. Look at this lick. This is what I did with Randy the other day and my neighbor. I could take 5 dicks in my mouth and not even swallow. Look at these big, give me your huge cock. Give me that. Oh my God, it's so good. I'm going to eat this shit like a Subway. I'm done. Oh, that was the end. The problem is I was getting way too into like the mental. I was like, gentlemen. Tim. Oh, thank you, man. Awesome of you, dude. Wow. Thank you. Guys, never been married. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to super chat y'all. Wife would get half the super chat. That's true. Yeah, do it. And Jay, you're right. I do have a casual girlfriend who's a tennis instructor. What the fuck, dude? And please give me an obscure horror movie recommendation tonight, please. Dude, that's crazy. You just look like that kind of dude, man. An obscure horror movie, though. Well, I haven't watched it. I've heard mixed reviews on it. I was going to personally rent it. It's $20 on Prime. I haven't got around to doing it yet, but Cobweb. I know that some of the chat have liked it. Mike thought it sucked, but Mike's opinion is garbage. But I know that the chat really liked Cobweb. Michael Parton in particular said that it was good. So maybe check that one out. Another obscure. There's another one. And Tim, you might like this one a lot. Hold on. There's another horror movie. Oh, guys, maybe you guys can help me. There's a horror movie where it takes place not an abandoned, but it's a police precinct and they're moving to a new headquarters. And there's one person left behind and they have to like move everything out, but they run into all this strange phenomenon. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? What was that called, dude? What the fuck was that called? Tim, hold on a second. You guys know what I'm talking about? Malum? No, I don't think it's Malum. No, it's not a new one. It's not a new one. Last Shift. Yes, Smudge. Smudge says it correct. Yeah, Tim, watch Smudge. Watch that one. I know what you think. It sounds disgusting and nasty, but dude, watch Smudge. Smudge is weird. It's fucked up. I actually enjoyed it. It's pretty scary. And definitely check it out with your girl if you get a chance to. But yeah, thank you, Tim. Awesome to have you around, man. Going through the Tommy Dean says, tone it down. I'm horny. Okay, everybody stop. Hang out, okay? Jesus Christ. You're making Tommy leak. Loomis, what was your reaction when The Undertaker lost to Brock at WrestleMania? Mike, you never rated my happy trail. Oh, my God. Well, that's true, man. Yeah, Tommy, I'll ask. Okay, that's 750. Okay, well, to be honest with you, Tommy, I didn't watch the goddamn WrestleMania, Mania of Wrestling. I didn't watch it. But if I had watched it, a man who claims to be from the afterlife, The Undertaker, and he loses to an asshole that's obviously juicing named Brock Lesnar that got his ass kicked in the UFC. I don't like it. It's terrible storytelling. Dumb. Moronic. Some would say idiotic. I think that The Undertaker should have won that match. Brock Lesnar is a walking, talking urethra of a steroid juicer. I don't like him. I don't like his attitude. I don't like his face. He looks like a Play-Doh creation. That's what I think. But I'll I'll let Mike know, Tommy, at 750 for you. 750. Stacy James, hey man, thank you so much, dude. He says, ain't been here because I'm on a date with a hot ass nurse who's older than me. Fuck yeah, dude. She just picked up the bill and I'm I'm lit off these angry orchids. Woo! Dude, yeah, dude. Fuck yeah. Woo is very appropriate. You sound like Ric Flair, man. You keep on burning that shit, dude. Holy fuck, dude. That guy right there, Stacy James, whining and dining, private jet flying. I know I'm not doing a very good Ric Flair, but dude, Stacy James, man, that's the pimp life right there. Good for you, man. Fuck yeah, dude. And she picked up the fucking bill too. God damn. Cool. Vanessa Katarina, thank you so much, Vanessa, says, I get paid too much, but you talking about Avatar reminds me of a date. I didn't like the movie, and we also went back to his place watching Twilight. I was so bored, I ended up smoking all his weed. Good times. Yeah, well, you know, it is what it is. I mean, at least you had a good time smoking the weed. You didn't like Avatar? Listen, I don't think I saw it in theaters. I think I watched it after it came in theaters, but I really enjoyed it for what it was. I thought the cast was great. I really did think that James Cameron was onto something really special, but I get it. And then you went back to his place and watched Twilight. Like, was that his idea? Like, he thought he was being, Don Juan? He's like, girl, I got some fucking Twilight. I know you like that shit. And I got weed over there. And then you were like, this is stupid, and I'm just going to smoke all your weed. I don't know how that worked, but yeah. That just sounds like a bad night, but I'm glad that you had you smoked all of his weed. Fuck yeah, dude. Brandon says, hey man, thanks. Said, some guys, one of the best concerts I ever went to was Red Hot Chili Peppers, Green Day, and The Offspring. That sounds like a great concert, man. Sounds really cool. I'm not much of a concert goer. I can't even hang out and watch The Father of Mine. That what's the fuck that group's called? I don't know. I get too drunk and wind up feeling sick and having to leave. I'm old. Yeah, I think Brandon, you did it twice there, bro. But thank you, man. Thank you either way. But I can't remember. Was it 750? Okay, I'm just making sure. Vanessa says, LOL, yes, his idea. He thought he did something. Yeah, it sounds like it. That sounds like a mega virgin right there. An ultra virgin. Yeah, dude, so seriously, what I thought was, if I get her back to my apartment and she doesn't like the Avatar movie, then I'm gonna slap in a sexy vampire movie where all these sparkling guys try to suck each other down, and that might turn her on, Thank you, Holly. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, guys. Oh yeah, Everclear. I'm glad that I have an amazing group of people behind me that can actually help me cheat on exams. Yes, Everclear. I can't even make it through an Everclear concert, Brandon. So there's no fucking way I can make it through something as hardcore as that. I mean, that's not even hardcore. For me, it is though. Okay, 750. Hey, you're back.
Hi, I'm here,
and I could smell the crack dust before you even sit down.
I stopped wiping.
I know. I could smell the Tommy Dean at 750 has a question for you. I've already answered the first part of it, but he said you never rated his happy trail, and then after that we're all caught up.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll tell you this. I will if you send it to me, but I want the whole thing. You just sent me the happy trail, and I want the whole thing. I've got to rate it versus your dick.
Oh, by the way that I do speaking things. Of which, I will say really quick, I was dead on with Tim. He said he's not currently or actively married or anything like that, because he said if he was, he wouldn't be able to super chat because she would get half of everything. I was like, that's so fucking true. But he said his current GF is literally a tennis instructor. Amazing.
Who is? Wait,
Tim, dude.
You're dude. Holy, you fucking nailed that.
I know, dude.
God damn,
he looked like that, dude. He just looks like that guy. He's got the $1 million smile. He's good looking. Got a great tan. Got a great set of hair. That's it,
good
man.
For you, Tim. Good for fucking you. I bet
she looks like Sharon Stone.
God, that guy's got it all.
Yep.
That guy's got it all.
I'll be back.
All right. I'll see you soon. Don't suck too many dicks on the way to the park. 37 in a row. Anyways, now I got me some camera time. I'm all up in the fucking frame. It's just me. It's just fucking me. And you're going to have to deal with it. Look at me. Look at me. Look me in the eyes. Don't you ever fucking go over my head again. I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know. That was a great album, by the way. Chocolate Starfish and the hot dog flavored water. Greg, I don't care what anybody says. I will still pop that shit into the CD player every once in a while. The Biscuit, you know, they may have done some bad shit, and 90% of it was pretty bad, but they had some good songs, man. Especially the first album, you know, with not the one with Nookie on it, the one before that with All I Wanted Was a Pepsi, Just One Little Pepsi, which was a Suicidal Tendency song. I know my shit. Don't fucking question me. What's your all's problem? You don't think I know my shit? I know my shit. I know your shit too. I've seen it. Joe Valentine says, Mike, I re-injured my shoulder dancing with my 22-month-old daughter at a wedding. At this point, Joe, you got to just say 2-year-old. You really do. I'm just fucking with you, man. At a wedding, trying to hide it from wife to avoid doc. Okay, yeah, with the doctor. Dad always said, if you're going to be dumb, you better be tough. Dude, that is one of the greatest songs of all time as well. I love that song. If you're going to be dumb, you got to be tough. You get knocked down, you got to get back up. I love that song because I'm stupid, so I relate to it a lot. But dude, I did the exact same thing. Volleyball the other night, getting our asses kicked. I was pissed, so someone hit a ball short, and I dove for it, and I hit the fucking thing right between my neck and my shoulder when I landed, and got up. And I was like, I'm fine. And then someone threw a beer bottle cap at me, and I tried to catch it, and I was like, ah! And I'm still not okay. I did fucking push-ups today while I watched Hard Knocks. That's a great time to work out, by the way. If you watch Hard Knocks, the NFL show, that shit gets you pumped. That dun 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 dun. I don't know what the fuck I was talking about, but yeah, I get it, dude. As you get old, sometimes you just get hurt, and if you're a giant pussy like me, you're just like, this really hurts. Something might really be wrong, but you learn eventually to wait a couple days, and it'll just go away, and then you won't be so embarrassed when you're actually just perfectly fine. And you're just a big bitch. Not you. Good on you for hanging out with the kid. I don't know how you injured your shoulder dancing. You must have been fucking getting into like doing the hardcore robot or some shit. But good man, Joe. Good man. Tristan went to my cousin's house to see RoboCop for the first time when I was 10. She downloaded the wrong movie on LimeWire, and I spent the next decade thinking RoboCop was actually a porno called RoboCop. Well, that makes me feel old as fuck that you were 10 years old when LimeWire was out. Because when LimeWire was out, I was already doing drugs and trying to bang chicks. That's true, because one time I slept with a girl at her dorm, and I was basically doing it just to use her high-speed internet to download a CD, to make my own mix CD. It finished, and then I left, and she was like, where are you going? And I was like, I got shit I got to do. That's a true story. It's sad, but it's a true story. High-speed internet was not easy to get, and I wasn't in college. That's what happened there. But true story, man. The first time I saw RoboCop is actually because I injured myself pretending to be Steven Seagal. So here's what happened. My parents left. I was at home alone, which happened a lot back in the day. Don't judge my parents for it. Everybody left their kids alone. I'm home alone. What am I going to do? I got the whole house to myself. Well, obviously, I'm going to go downstairs. I'm going to go in the kitchen. I'm going to grab 2 really large fucking butcher's knives, right? I'm going to grab the oranges, and I'm going to throw them up in the air and fucking catch them like I'm goddamn Steven Seagal. In the process of doing this, I missed the orange and sliced my fucking ear open. So I sliced my ear open, and I'm home alone in my suburban neighborhood, and I'm bleeding all over my fucking face. And I decide to run. I was like, what am I going to do? I've got blood all over my ears, fucking dangling off. What am I going to do? I run across the street to this weird kid's house. He was always fucking weird, but it was close. I went to his house. They had a nice ass house. I go in there, and he's like, his mom comes out, and she, gives me a Band-Aid and shit. And she's like, oh, you can stay here till your parents get home. So I'm sitting there, and my friend's like, do you want to watch RoboCop? And I'm like, fuck yeah. Ask me. Of course I want Kool-Aid. Yeah, I want to watch RoboCop. So he puts on RoboCop on his big screen TV, and it was like right at the part. I don't remember if there's actually like a part where there's like titties or a sex scene or something. It was something that we weren't supposed to be watching. So I just remember being there, ear bleeding, watching something I knew I wasn't supposed to be seeing, and it was fucking awesome. It was the best time I ever cut my ear open. I still have a little indention on there from it. Probably should have gotten stitches, but don't judge my parents. I don't. So what's it for you to judge them whether or not they took me to the doctor? RoboCop, yes. Jay. I was just saying, Tristan said that he accidentally watched RoboCop when he was 10 on LimeWire, which makes me feel old as fuck. And it was actually RoboCop. It was a porn.
I've seen that one. The ending was a letdown.
Dead or alive, I'm coming on you.
It was funny. I was thinking, by the way, Brandon, I I don't think he meant to donate twice, but he did. He said one of the best concerts he'd ever seen was Green Day, Red Hot Chili Peppers, and The Offspring.
Damn, that's a show.
Yeah, and then I was like, well, I can't even get through an Everclear concert. And
it's true.
But I was like, and then I was telling April that, and she's like, well, all you gotta do is like, she's like, because I don't like concerts. And she's like, well, all you do is like stand there and bob your head. I was like, yeah, but I look fucking stupid. Like, you're there, the ditches and burn the witches and I can't do that. I was like, yeah, you're supposed to get fucking drunk, right? Is that what a concert's about? But then you find out that you got too drunk before the concert started, and now you can't enjoy shit except for your head in the toilet.
Like dance. You can just stand there. You don't
I don't want.
Yeah,
I'm gonna stand there and look like a goddamn serial killer doing this.
I think you're all up in your head, dude. You're all up in your head. You got to get out of your fucking head.
I look like that guy. What's it? Anton, the fucking guy from fucking No Country for Old Men.
No, you don't. You're stuck in your own head. No one's paying attention to you.
I don't care. I feel like they are. I feel like maybe Arnold in Terminator when he's like. Like, how weird if you were all like at a concert and everyone's having a great time and they're sharing in the spirit of the music and everyone's feeling it and they're all singing along, and you look at this one guy that's dressed in a 3-button collared shirt with jeans on and shitty shoes from Costco.
It was an Everclear concert. Everyone was wearing jeans from
but
Costco.
He's sitting there and he's going. It's like that motherfucker is like plotting on something.
So you were fine. I fucking got shit faced and was the only crowd surfer at the whole concert. So I think where the lead singer at Everclear was like, "Wow, that guy's crowd surfing at our concert."
Well, I went like I was like, I'm so excited to see Fastball. I don't know what to do with myself, and I got hammered before we even got there. And then when I was standing there, dude, I think when Fastball, I don't know when I left. I know it was before Everclear, but dude, like there, like the Castle Grayskull in my stomach opened up. And it was like now you will vomit for the bee. And I was like, I gotta get out of here, dude. I was like, I'm done. And you were like, you were like, you Jersey Shore, fuck yeah, bro. And I was like, I'm done.
I was not Jersey. I really like the Heroin Girl song, and it was playing, and then that song's on, and I'm like, I love this fucking song. And then I turned around, Jay's going, Kate's like, yeah, Jay fucking left. I was like, God damn it.
I did the fucking. I disappeared into the crowd like Dylan. Was it Dylan McDermott at the end of the campaign when he disappears? Yeah, no, when he disappears behind the curtain. Yeah, dude, that's what it was. I guess I just don't know the etiquette on a concert. Like maybe if I was at Savage Garden because I'm like that kind of like puss, I'd be like, yeah, okay, so I can sit here and enjoy myself.
Robin Parker said, "Everyone at the Everclear concert. Hey, is that the guy from We Watched the Movie?"
Yeah, look what a pussy he is, and a serial killer. I could do Savage Garden because all you gotta do is Savage Garden. You just sit there in the fold-out seats, and you're like,
yeah, you're not even expected to stand.
Truly, madly, deeply, and then you're not even drinking beer. You're like drinking a really Sex on the Beach or something.
God damn it, man! One day you're gonna have fun at a concert, and I'm gonna be there. And I'm gonna fucking watch it happen.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll come out looking like Megadeth if I ever do it. I won't even remember it. I'll just be on the cocaine. Like, yeah, Jay had a really good time. He went backstage with those fucking guys, and I didn't see him for 2 days. It turns out he was up on coke.
This is gonna be Jay standing on the stage behind the band.
Yeah. That the abs come from like having coke and not eating for fucking 3 weeks.
That's actually just CGI airbrushed, but. I think there's no doubt Zack Snyder's 300 is an all-timer. Is it not?
Yeah, I know we're gonna get crucified for that, but
who would say that? Who would say that?
Because dude, Zack Snyder literally it's like a thing. You have to hate him for some fucking reason. I don't know why. He's one of the best directors, like action directors, like not even just an action director, but just a generally good director, period.
Yeah, this movie fucking rules, dude. This movie is so beautiful to look at. It's a goddamn graphic novel come to life. Amazing action scenes, amazing one-liners. Our arrows will blot out the sun. Fucking just hot dudes wearing nothing but capes. I fucking love it, man. It's an all-timer.
Well, and Zack Snyder did an incredible job bringing that graphic novel to life. Like it looks just like a graphic novel on the big screen.
Yeah,
amazing.
Stick this all. It's so rewatchable, dude. Anytime this is on TBS, you're fucking watching it. I'm sorry, like your day is done. If it comes on, you're fucking watching it, or you're not going to get your testosterone for the fucking month. You got to get it.
They will blot out the sun. Then we will have shade to fight.
What does he say? Like I just showed a god could bleed or something. It's still a great fucking line.
How
about old Tim? Tim Burton's Corpsey Bride.
I like the movie. It's not bad. Like, listen, I like Tim Burton quite a bit, but I think that Tim Burton is, he's the same fucking fast food item that you always get when you go out. You're like, yeah, I don't know what to get. I'll just get the same fucking thing I always get. It's
Goth
good.
burrito.
Yeah, it's good. Like it's a Big Mac combo. It's not anything special. They didn't do anything special to it, but it gets the job done and it's decent. I think it's pretty rad at the end of the day.
I'm right there with you, and I know that like I've watched this with the kids before, and the kids love it, and it's beautiful animation or like clay, whatever the fuck it is. I don't know what he does, but it's got that beautiful fucking goth mood to it. It's a beautiful movie. Not my thing. I'm not a fantastical dude. It's not the kind of movie I'd be into normally. But if the kids are watching, I'll sit down and be like, "This is pretty fucking good, kids. You guys want to hit off this joint?" Just kidding.
Yeah, it's not his fault that literally the groom looks like Keanu Reeves in real life.
This is true.
Like a young Keanu Reeves, like the Glass House.
Another Tim Burton film here, The Planet of the Apes.
Listen,
fucking dirty apes always trying to crawl up my ass.
Fucking just curb stomp them, Mark. Curb stomp them, Mark. Pretend they're Puerto Rican.
Let me in your fucking forest.
Pretend they're Puerto Rican. You're used to that. No, listen. I had never, to be honest, I had never watched any of the Planet of the Apes, the Charlton Heston classics. When this movie came out, I think it came out in 2001. So I had never, I think my dad actually introduced this movie to me, and he's like, "Oh, you should borrow this film." He had bought it on DVD, and he's like, "You should watch it." And I actually enjoyed it for the most part. I mean, because I didn't have anything to compare it to. But at the end of the day, to me, it was a fuckable movie. It wasn't anything special. It was pretty good.
I go with fuckable as well. I never saw one of them, and I watched every single Planet of the Apes movie in one day, including this one. When I got to this one, I was like, Jesus fucking Christ, this sucks. But overall, when you go back to it, it's not that bad.
No, it's not bad.
It's fine. It's like whatever. It's like,
it's a turn your brain off popcorn movie. There's really nothing that you need to worry. And then I do know there was a weird thing where that one of the ape girls were falling in love with Mark Wahlberg. I was like, it was weird. I was like, how's that gonna work? I was like, Mark's like racist. So
why are you running in here like a goddamn silverback gorilla?
Yeah, he hates anything. No, I'm kidding. I don't know. I just thought that part was weird.
Yeah. Damn dirty apes, I swear to God. So that's gonna go.
All they want to do is touch my dick.
Hey, apes, you want a turkey burger?
I think that wasn't that in. No, I feel like the whole idea wasn't the humankind racist against the monkeys. Wasn't that the whole idea of the movie? Or they hated
eventually
them.
Well, it basically does the George Romero's Day of the Dead idea, Dead series idea. At first there's one story, and then it evolves, and then it's how human beings react to the apes being here, and then like we persecute the apes, and then the apes persecute. It's like a crazy when you go through the whole
because the apes were like slaves to us.
Yeah, like
the humans like ruled, like, well, we have them in zoos and shit like that.
They basically do them all. Like they do it all. Like anything you can imagine that would be like a situation with the apes involving with the human species. Like they throughout the franchise they do them. That's why the movie's so fascinating. It's a lot like the Day of the Dead or the Dead series.
Who actually Michael Bay would have done a really good job with that.
I would watch a Michael Bay apes movie for sure. How about another Dead movie? Speaking of the Dead movie, Zack Snyder's Army of the Dead.
Hey, does that look like a jackpot on the casino line? Because it does to me. I'm going to go ahead and put that one on. Well, you know what? I got to be fair. Dude, I want to put, I'm kind of torn. I want to put it on Pretty Rad because it's rad, but it's also fucking awesome. So I want to put it on Almost Such as the Sun. Like this movie came with no expectations. I just knew that Snyder was making a zombie movie. We watched it on Netflix. We reviewed it. And
we saw this in the theater.
Oh yeah, we saw this. Yeah, it blew
get away.
It blew me away, dude. I thought it was so well done. It was so different on the zombie take that had been done a million fucking times over. Zack Snyder really did do his own thing. I loved it, dude. I thought it was great. And then you find out the robot shit that's going on. I just thought it was brilliant.
Yeah, man. Like I remember watching it in the theater and being like, this is entertaining as fuck. And like it does it when it's over, are you like, that's a fucking classic that kicks ass and takes names? Not really. It's just like that was fun and I enjoyed it. So I'll put it to a vote because I'm right with you. I could go Almost Touches the Sun. I think more appropriately, it's probably Pretty Rad, but we'll let you guys decide.
Yeah, I think it's gonna probably be Pretty Rad, but
in the case of Hellboy 2, you guys say it is Pretty Rad, actually.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, 35% say Hellboy 2 is pretty rad. So that's what we'll stick that. We always stick it where you want us to stick it, and never anywhere you don't. That's not true.
I don't remember. Yeah, for some reason, I think Hellboy was so good. I didn't have any expectation for Hellboy 2 being that good. I just feel like it didn't really live up to Hellboy 1, but that's fine. The audience knows better than we.
This is true. This is why we rely on him for good shit from Medic. That's not a thing that people say. I've had too many cervezas today.
Uh-oh.
How about fucking 89 Batman, son?
All-timer. Get it out of my face. I don't even talk about it, okay? Got an anonymous tip. Napier's cleaning up Axis Chemical. Oh, why wasn't I told about this? Who's in charge? Eckhart, sir. Oh my God. Let's go.
What, your kids don't like falafel? I'm 100% putting this in all-timer.
It's all-timer, dude.
Yeah.
All fucking timer, dude.
And you know what? As a movie, like, I understand. There's this big controversy that came out this week because James Gunn, they found an old tweet or some shit from James Gunn where he was like, that movie fucking blows ass and it's a piece of shit and it's worse than Burton's Planet of the Apes movie for this reason, this movie, and this reason. And everybody's like, fire James Gunn. I was like, okay, you can't fire the guy because he doesn't like a fucking movie.
Yeah.
But I think you have to understand the time. Like, if I would understand if you were like, my daughter's 13 and she watches this today, she might be like, this kind of sucks. And I think you can't really blame her for that. But the time it was, that music, that score, those toys, that there was no other superhero movies like this. There was a couple, but nothing like this. It's just and fucking
well, and not to mention
so
the fact that it was coming off the heels of trying to reinvent Batman from what had been done with the Adam West series. And don't get me wrong, the Adam West series from the 60s was great. It was awesome. Burgess Meredith, all of those guys, Burt Ward. But at that point, when this movie was coming out, Batman was still looked at in the vanilla public as a joke. You know, like he was going to wear the blue spandex and like do the bat copter and the bat spray. And are they going to do a goofy ass?
Yeah.
And Tim Burton saw the reality of what the original Detective Comics number 17, I think, when they introduced Batman, what he's supposed to be. And it was a fun. And by the way, dude, Jack Nicholson, Michael Keaton, Kim Basinger,
fucking cast, man.
Yeah, dude, amazing. And the tone was great. The tone was exactly what it needed to be.
That leather suit was so fucking sexy.
The suit was great. The music was awesome.
This movie's the only reason anybody went to go see The Flash. And nobody went to go see The Flash, but it's the only reason the people who did go see it went to see it all these years later. And it's funny because fucking JT Gus is like, hey, that quote's from Batman Begins. And at first I was like,
dude, JT's always the one that'll call you out if you fucking misspeak.
He will. And I thought to myself, no, it's fucking not. And then I was like, oh, fuck, it is. And part of me was like, I'm gonna lie and say I knew that, but I didn't. You got me.
Hey,
I got confused.
JT,
I got twisted up.
I may be laughing on the outside, but inside I'm crying.
Never leave home without JT Custom.
This town needs an enema. Yeah, dude. I mean, it's fucking Batman, dude. Come on. Chattery teeth.
Fuck shits. Let's stick with the superhero themes.
All right. Well, now we're gonna get in trouble, Mike. Now we're gonna get in trouble.
We're gonna get
in trouble. God,
because you know where it's going.
Yeah,
we're sticking that fucker right where it goddamn belongs.
Hey, is that your Fortress of Solitude? Allow me to fart on it with some kryptonite. I'm gonna put that in an all-timer. That's where my goddamn mind goes, and my heart burns there too. I'm going to put it in an all-timer. All right? Fuck you.
Yeah. Fuck them if they can't take a joke.
I know we're gonna get murdered for this, dude.
I don't care, dude.
Murder.
I don't care. This fucking movie is so goddamn underrated and maligned and shit on and unfairly judged for the time that it came out. This movie comes out 10 years beforehand, before the Marvel craze and all that other shit. It would have been a fucking all-timer in everybody's goddamn eyes, but it got shit all over. Amazing fucking Superman, amazing fucking direction. Fucking just everything about this movie is perfect to me. It's one of my most rewatched superhero movies of all time. Stick it in.
Well, here's the thing, man. You gotta remember, and we've explained this multiple times about why we love this movie so much. Henry Cavill is, I think, this new generation Superman.
Yep.
Like, he's handsome, he's a good guy in real life and on screen. He's like a nerd off screen too. Like he embodied this character in a way that really hadn't been done, in my opinion, since Reeve. And then Zack Snyder had an impossible task. how do you make one of the most unrelatable characters in Superman relatable to the current generation that he was facing? And he did such a great job. Listen, he brought Superman down to a level that you can actually understand. An alien that's not accepted. He has to hide things away from people. He can never truly be himself except around his Earth parents. He's lost. He's confused. He doesn't know what he's doing. And he's ultimately, he winds up doing the greater good because of the raising that he had with Martha and Jonathan. He's an outcast. And I was like, you made Superman, the blue Boy Scout, an outcast, like that everybody in high school or whatever, when you were bullied or whatever, just feels left out in general, could relate to and latch onto. And I feel like that's what made him so special. Of course, Christopher Reeve's Superman will always be the iconic golden age Superman, of course. But I feel like that's what Henry Cavill is that story untold of maybe what Christopher Reeve went through. If you just think of it like this, maybe this is the untold story of Christopher Reeve's Superman, what it took to become that golden age heroic Superman that we all know and love from the Christopher Reeve era. I don't know. My point being is like, dude, this guy, Zack Snyder, did the impossible. He brought Superman to a relatable experience, because up to that point, I could give a fuck less about Superman. I love the Christopher Reeve. I thought it was great, but it was kind of corny and cheesy. But this guy was good looking. He had a great job. He had a great girl. Like, he could do literally everything and anything. You didn't care about him on an emotional level, really. But in this instance, you did.
And people are like, and this just shows you the bias that went for this movie. Everybody's like, Superman killed somebody. That's bullshit. Superman would never. It's like, did you see the Christopher Reeves movie? Did you see who they cast as Lex Luthor and how they handled Lex Luthor? Like, Gene Hackman's an all-time great actor. Don't get me wrong. But if they had Lex Luthor on screen today, acting the way Gene Hackman was in the original Superman movie, there would be picket lines at fucking Warner Bros.
Well, that's true, but they were doing a more of a comic book approach back then, right? And I get that. I love Hackman's performance. Yeah. How about this? Well, people want to talk about he killed me. Dude, fucking Christopher Reeve Superman in Superman 2, he killed General Zod. He killed them all. He put them, remember, they were all in the Fortress of Solitude, and he knocks them when they lose their powers. He kills them. He literally kills them.
That scene was probably the best scene in the movie, in my opinion, because the way that he yells out that yell and cries because he didn't want to kill him, but he was about to kill an innocent family, so he had no choice. He had to. That the movie almost says, hey, it's not realistic that Superman doesn't kill based on his job. The movie was actually making you think, which is why I think this and BVS, which we'll get to, asked dark questions that made you think, and it wasn't just a dude running around in tights.
Right.
I love this movie, and my favorite part about this movie,
it humanizes a god.
Yeah. The one scene there, like when, and I actually did a whole fucking like written thing about this, like back in the day, like the most beautiful part of this movie is when he's talking to his dad
with crayons,
the hologram version. Yeah, I did. No, I wrote it on my bathroom wall. It's still there. But no, when he's like, he's like, they will follow you into the sun or whatever. Like, you just have to show them how. Like, he's been wronged. He's been treated like shit. Nothing's gone his way. He's been treated like an outcast. He's been fucked over. Yeah. And then his dad's like, they will follow you into the sun if you just show that you will be a good person and you be an example. And there's just so many good things in this fucking movie that everybody looks over.
Because they can get, that was actually a line that they took from the original Superman that Marlon Brando delivered, and it's still a great line, and it was used in a perfect way in the new Man of Steel.
They will follow you into the sun, Kal-El.
Well, he says they can be a great people, Kal-El. They wish to be. They only lack the light to show them the way, and that is such a powerful fucking message, because that's what Superman is. He's not supposed to do everything for you. He's supposed to be a guiding light of what you can accomplish, what you can be by being not self-serving and being this almost Christ-like figure. But anyhow, my point being, Man of Steel, highly, highly underrated, always attacked for no fucking reason, just because they didn't like the more violent approach or the more like darker tones they used with the suit, which is always stupid. Like, he didn't wear underwear on the outside of his fucking pants.
He looked fucking good, man. Yeah, I thought he looked great. Good. And the fight scenes were amazing too.
Dude, and you gotta remember, dude. Like, I love Terrence Stamp as General Zod. Terrence goes, "We will go to Houston," and we go. Terrence Stamp was great in that line of in that particular vein and that image of Superman. He was great. Don't get me wrong, but dude, Michael Shannon knocked the fuck out of General Zod. I would fight him. Like, this fucking like maniacal army dude, just obsessed with the idea of preserving their bloodline. Genetic, basically willing to commit Holocaust, genocide against another species just so they can live again, the Kryptonians. And Superman Clark Kent, Kal-El, knowing that yes, it would be a chance for him to return his people to former glory, but instead choosing the Earth people, the Earth that he'd grown up on, over his last surviving members of his home planet. Dude, it's brilliant.
It's the complaints that get me too. It's always the complaints. It's like, but it's always like, but, and it's like, but Superman wouldn't, like, they destroyed that whole city and all those people died. And it's like, yes, that was the basis for the fucking movie that you also hate called Batman versus Superman.
Yeah, but
and it wasn't his fault. He had to, like, if he didn't fight
he was
Zod
still learning
there,
his powers.
Right. And if he didn't fight Zod in that city, what was he supposed to do? Sit back and go, well, I can't fight him here because we'll tear up those buildings.
Yeah,
let's sit back and let Zod destroy the entire world.
He had to go across the street.
He had to make hard decisions, learning on the job, and he did the best he fucking could. And that's why it's a hero that you can watch and go, fuck, he actually has to make hard decisions. It's not just glossy and fucking easy. I'm Superman and everything works out for me. No, you have to actually face what's going. We're going to talk about this for hours. Let's just stick it where we believe it goes.
Literally, we could do a 3 hour. We could do a 3 hour dissection on Man of Steel and why it's so good.
Yeah, I think if you go back and look at our old videos, I'm pretty sure we have. Probably not. Yeah. But okay, Sleepy Hollow. Tim Burton, Sleepy Hollow. I don't remember the fuck out of this movie. So this is all you, bro.
Christopher Walken was really good in this. I did enjoy his like 5 seconds on screen. It's like filed down teeth. He looks like he smells like dirty old shoes. As the headless horseman. And Sleepy Hollow was kind of was actually pretty fun. Christina Ricci was really good in it. Johnny Depp and her had a great chemistry on screen. I would put this as pretty rad. I think it's a great Halloween film. I think that if Halloween comes around, you'll pop in Sleepy Hollow and enjoy it. Tim Burton did a great job with the subject material on it. It was built for him, like 100%. Like Sleepy Hollow, if there was ever a perfect fucking storm for some director, Sleepy Hollow was it for Tim Burton.
All right, that's what you said. Pretty rad.
Yeah, pretty rad.
That's where I'm gonna stick it.
Yeah, it's like you imagine it being a fucking Rob Zombie movie. Oh my god.
I'm gonna actually I'm gonna mark that in my little special book right next to my favorite pornos website links that I'm gonna watch that this fall because I've never seen. I watched it as a kid and I was like, this shit's boring as fuck. And then this kid I was with was like, don't curse, we're Christians, and I was like, fuck you and your dad. And then I got kicked out.
But Johnny Depp is great as Ichabod Crane because he's trying to like be like a detective, and they're like, first you must never touch the body, and he's like, the guy was like, why? He's like, because. And then he just moves on. He doesn't explain why. He's just,
it's like my daddy always said.
Because he was new at he didn't know how to do detective work, but he was like, because.
Here's one. Gone Girl. David Fincher's Gone Girl. Let me tell you something. I read this fucking book. All right. For some reason, like my wife bought it for me. Maybe she's
did
just
it have pictures in it?
Her future plans were. Yeah. I read the book before I went to see it. And I love David Fincher. So loving David Fincher and reading the book and loving the book, I had astounding expectations for this and was disappointed when I saw it in the theaters. That being said, I have found myself rewatching this movie over and over and over again. I absolutely fucking love it. I think it's almost touches the sun.
I want to put it in all-timer, but I just don't know. I feel like the audience should decide between all-timer and almost touches the sun.
I think they'll probably go almost touches the sun. I'm surprised that you think all time. I love it.
No, because this movie speaks on levels that is really like that's never really talked about, like the manipulation and the subterfuge that somebody can do in a relationship in order to get the outcome they want. I actually lived with a bitch like this. Like very much like she didn't do this. But
we never lived together. I mean,
yeah.
You mean,
okay, sorry. Long distances. I mean,
my bad.
But no, I mean, I actually, yeah, she didn't do this, but this is the kind of shit she would definitely be capable of. Take that, you wicked spot of Satan. Like, yeah, she would. But I mean, but it speaks on you. It's not just a girl; it could be a guy too doing this stuff. But it's scary how realistic this shit might have happened. It might have not, like, this is not based on a true story. I'm just saying this kind of story could have happened. It might have happened, and it definitely is a possibility of happening in a relationship. I think the closest you got was I think Gone Girl. If you look at the Amber Heard Johnny Depp trial, Amber Heard was literally this girl.
Oh, yeah, kind of.
Like,
Yeah.
literally.
I can see that. It's crazy, dude, because Ben Affleck was so fucking good in this movie. Rosamund Pike was amazing in this movie, and really, as I know this probably says something about me, but fucking so hot in this movie. This probably says a lot about me.
She's
but
like a Maleficent. You want to fuck her. Yeah.
But like also, I mean, dude, I love David Fincher spending time in suburbia. There's just something about like the way he does movies, like and sort of in a weird way, it's the same way with Social Network. The way guys he works with cinematography works, and the way he filmed all this, and the way it looked, and the way that Ben Affleck's character was like, he felt like every dude who just like had an asshole face, you know, like just like everybody assumes you're the guy, you definitely killed her. And he's such a people pleaser that he's like smiling at the pressers and shit, and he's handling it awkward and doing it shit. It's just so relatable, and it's just such a fucking good movie, dude, and just so beautiful to look at and so fun to watch. Even
sounds like Gavin Newsom from California. Just want to drop kick that motherfucker in the goddamn jaw.
Let's just stick it in Almost Touches the Sun. I don't think anybody's gonna say
we'll do that. We'll stay here forever. If we keep. I mean, you guys are brilliant. We love you guys and your
I love that, but I love that movie more than anybody I know, and I would probably.
But yeah, to be honest with you, like if we're not just going off feelings, like, it wouldn't be an all-timer. I don't think so.
Yeah. How about I think the crowd's gonna have to vote on this because
I barely remember it. I've seen it. I barely remember it.
In the case of the previous one we asked you guys to vote on, though, Army of the Dead, you guys said pretty rad, 71% over Almost Touches the Sun to 29%. So that is where we're gonna stick Army of
good. I feel like that's
the
good.
Dead. Pretty rad. Yeah, I think that's appropriate.
Yeah,
feels right.
Feels good.
Feels good.
It's a little meaty. I mean, it's a little. Yeah, it's meaty.
It's meaty. It's so meaty, like Campbell's chunky chicken noodle soup. That I shoved in my mouth until, you know what? I'm just gonna. What was the last one? Oh, Gone Girl. No, it wasn't Gone Girl. It was Sucker Punch. Sucker Punch. I don't think anybody's gonna call that an all-timer. So
I can literally tell you right now, the that's right on the screen on the left side. Mimic, Scorpio, the girl with the dragon tattoo, and the other Johnny Depp movie. I've not seen. I cannot remember Mimic, Scorpio, never seen, and Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, I never saw, and I never watched Sweeney Todd.
That is actually so. All right, well, do your piss. I'll do those while you piss. If that works.
The reason why I didn't watch Sweeney Todd is because it's all about a barber, and I don't have much hair, so fuck that movie.
If you want to do your piss, I'll do those exact movies while you're gone. He's already fucking gone. He didn't even give me a chance to say it. He just fucking Batmaned out. Just fucking smoke bomb. Gone. Okay. I can't believe, first off, that Jay's never seen Sicario, because this movie's dope as fucking shit. Denis Villeneuve, this movie is badass as fuck. Slow burn, dark as shit, depressing as fuck. But my God, is this movie not the kind of movie that you have to own on fucking 4K? It is just, I don't know how to explain it, man. It's almost, it feels like a Fincher film. It just cuts right through the fucking heart of the thing, dude. It's gritty as shit, but it's also beautiful to fucking look at. Amazing acting performances, but it's also based and grounded in such fucking reality, the way things work and how dark and fucked up things are. Great fucking movie. Both of them are. I'm surprised he didn't do the sequel. Personally, I say Sicario Almost Touches the Sun. I say Almost Touches the Sun for Sicario. It's definitely not super accessible, you know. It's not going to be like an all-time like 300 type movie, but fuck, is it goddamn good. And I see a lot of all-timer votes for that. I do see that. Oh, dude, the dinner scene, JT, is fucking gnarly, dude. See, it could have been better, but it was a wild ride, Pedro. It is no heat, but goddamn, I mean, if something touches heat, if something heats a little bit, yeah, I think that's fucking. Thanks, Chad. I appreciate that, man. I agree, Samuel. It is, and it is, Dan. Like, it has the. If it was a little bit more accessible, I think, and not that it should be, because it's perfect the way it is. That's part of its charm. But fuck, that opening scene too, when they find all the bodies in the fucking wall, it's like, god damn, we're in for a fucking ride tonight. What up, Pedro? Okay. Mimic. Jay said he didn't remember Mimic. I'm just going to look at the chat for this one because I'm feeling fuckable to pretty rad. I don't remember that much. I remember a little bit boring, but also a little bit of a cool fucking idea. And I also remember it's one of those classic movies where they don't have the budget to do the monster right, but they're not a fucking dickhead enough to like fuck up their own movie by making it look like shit. So they just keep the monster in the dark for the entire fucking movie. And you're spending the whole goddamn movie like, where the fuck is, oh shit, there's its toe. So I would go between fuckable and pretty rad. What say you guys? I'm not going to vote it because we already got to vote. I'm just looking. Let's see. A lot of fuckable, maybe rad, too fucking long. I get that. My camera just died. Fuck me in the ass with a fucking spoon. I hope that doesn't mean it's going to be a piece of shit. Oh, God damn it. Please work. Please work. Not the time. Work for me. Come on now. It's working. Fuck yeah. Woo. Oh shit. Sorry about that. Camera battery died, but luckily it didn't fuck up. Fixed itself up. Nobody's driving next gen. We're home. This is why we film separately. Oh, goddamn, Dan. That's fucked up, Dan. Well, the thing is, fuck that guy. It looks like fuckable is what I saw a lot of, and I'm gonna agree with you guys. Mimic is fuckable. I think it's like the definition of a fuckable movie, honestly. And that's a Guillermo del Toro one right there. All right. So what else? Girl with the Dragon Tattoo was one that Jay mentioned. Hey man, like this is a movie that like I could give a fuck. I could give a fuck about those books. Like I know that was a big thing. It was right when like people were like, "Oh my god, books are awesome, man! Fucking Twilight, goddamn Hunger Games, Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, holy shit, Spiderwick Chronicles, goddamn." But like I'm not a reader of books. I could give a shit less. But I watched this because I love David Fincher and Daniel Craig's a badass, and Rooney Mara's fucking awesome. And I watched this and I'm like, this is a fucking vibe, right? Like this movie, as soon as it opens up with those people in the oil and they're playing that I was like, this shit's wild. And it had the Skarsgårds in there. It was all fucked up and there was all this sex stuff going on. It was fucking gnarly, man. I enjoyed it. I would call this pretty rad. I get all-timers in here. All-timers? People saying I'm gonna put it to a vote then. Because I like it. I like watching it. It gets me horny. Like Jay's secret notebooks where he talks about how bad he wants to fuck me. Oh, you're back.
Hi.
Hi.
Yeah.
Let's put Girl with the Dragon Tattoo to a vote. Ski potatoes.
Did you get the Sweeney Todd?
I did not get the Sweeney Todd. In the case of Sucker Punch, they do say it's a sucks my butt Steve.
Oh, wow. Okay.
We got our first sucks my butt Steve of the night with Sucker Punch. That must have been ass. Never watched it. Didn't care. Okay, so let me stick that in there where you want it. Because I always stick it where you guys want it. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you fucking do.
Shut your fucking dirty mouth.
What? Don't be a hoe. That girl's a hoe. Don't trust a hoe. 303 in the house. Okay, what were we talking about? Girl.
Sweeney Todd was the next one.
At 2.
Isn't Sweeney Todd a musical?
Yeah. You never saw that?
Gay.
Gay.
No, I like Grease. So I like Grease too. And I also like West Side Story, so I can't say that. But I know I never watched Sweeney Todd.
I am in a perfect position to tell you exactly where Sweeney Todd should go, Jay. And this is the reason why.
Sideways in your ass.
I like to do guys who do hair. No. Where'd it go? I will find him.
Right there.
Sweeney Todd, a movie that I went to see for my wife. I went to see it. I hate fucking musicals. I'm not a fantastical kind of guy. Johnny Depp's fine in my eyes. I saw it and I went, it's all right. It's fucking all right. I think it's the definition of a fuckable movie. I think that's fair. How about a shave? That's where I'd stick it.
I literally don't know shit about it except that he looks like He looks like how he should have looked in court when he was facing Amber Heard. Like everything that she put him through. When he saw the shit in his bed, his hair would have turned white like that.
It was kind of fucked up how they did eat human meat pies in that movie, though. I will give it credit for that. I'll 100%.
By the way, I
give it
also
credit for
love
that.
Little Shop of Horrors with Rick Moranis and Steve Martin. That was a really
That
good
was-
one too.
That was
awesome.
a good one.
That was a really
That
good
was a
one.
good one. You know what my favorite musical is of all time is
Repo Man?
The Great. No, The Greatest Showman. The Greatest Showman with Hugh Jackman.
I haven't watched it yet. I know.
Dude, it's so good. Make you cry. It'll make you fucking cry. I promise. Watch it, you fucking cry. I guarantee you. And then I want you to bottle your tears so I can use them as lube for masturbation.
Sure.
If you guys could do
Sure.
that.
Sure.
Yeah, if that's all right with you. In the meantime, all right, I'm gonna take my PP and let me catch. Where were we on Super Titties here? Super Titties. Going to the store with my titties. Gonna buy some ice cream cones. Gonna lick your dad's dong. Gonna touch your mom's boobs. Tyler McIntyre didn't get his question answered.
And that's how Mike got his wife.
That's
with
how
those
I
beautiful lyrics.
Yeah, I wrote her a poem. And it sounded just like that. Okay, we are at 8:17 p.m. Eastern time with Wolf of Elm Street, that sexy motherfucker,
Oh,
and his bag of toys.
all right. 8:17. Okay.
Dico said, "Ninja vanish," and that's what I did. Ninja vanish.
Ninja vanish. Ninja vanish quickly without trace. Wolf of Elm Street, thank you so much, man. He says 7 was transcendent for cinema. You tell anybody that movie was made in 95. It'll be hard to convince them. It's timeless. It's brilliant. My top 5. Yeah, dude. I agree with you. I think it's one of the coolest, most amazing psychological thrillers that's ever been done. And the fact you're right, and the fact that it was done in 95, people would be like, holy shit, really? Because it seems like it holds up. It stands the test of time for sure. I agree with you 100%. 7 is without a doubt one of the coolest and most unique cinematic experiences that I personally ever seen in my life. So I agree with you, Wolf. I'm glad you're coming down off those Quaaludes. Jacob, just sending love. Hope you all are doing great. Thank you, man. We're doing fine. We're doing good. We're holding up, holding it all together. I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much, man. Tyler Mickenturf. I don't know. Tyler, I would be a terrible teacher. Tyler Mickenturf says, what are y'all thoughts on director's cuts versions of Basic Instinct 1 and 2? Always thought Catherine Tremel is an underrated film villain. Where would you want to see a third film go? Well, I'm not seeing the director's cut of Basic Instinct 1 and 2 at all. I didn't even see the second one. I saw the first one. Her vagina was incredible. But other than that, bro, I don't know. I can't tell you at all where a third film would go. Nowhere, because I don't think that I feel like, in my opinion, Basic Instinct was already great the way that it was. The first one was phenomenal. Michael Douglas was awesome. Sharon Stone was great. The story was really solid. I don't really think that they should have done a sequel to it, but I digress. So I don't know where a third film would go personally. But yeah, Catherine Tremel was a good villain. I will agree with you. Dan Murphy, thank you so much, dude. He says, born in 89, I remember watching RoboCop 2 in the early 90s as a kid and being so disturbed / terrified when RoboCop kills his girlfriend or RoboCane kills his girlfriend and the kid. That was fucked up. I remember that. Yeah, dude. I was born in 84, and I remember watching that movie. I was so pumped about it when it came out on VHS, and my dad rented it for us, and he like said, oh, it's not RoboCop or whatever, and I was like, what the fuck? And then finally when RoboCop steps out of the car after they fucking cops after the bad guys were robbing the gun store, and I'm like, oh my god. But yeah, that scene with Kane, it scared me. Yeah, it did. It fucked me up a little bit. Not fucked me up, but it kind of when his girlfriend rubs the pincher thing and then it snaps open. That scared me. And then when the kid gets killed, that was one of the first times I ever saw a kid actually get killed in a movie. And then RoboCop shows up on the scene, and the kid's dying really sucks. And then RoboCop's like, yes, it does. I thought it was really, really good, and it was very disturbing. To be honest, it really was. But what a wonderful movie. RoboCop 2 was so good, and it was so underrated. I think it suffers from the same type of criticisms that maybe something like Ghostbusters 2 suffers for. RoboCop 1 was so amazing and so phenomenal and so game changing and a legendary movie that RoboCop 2 is kind of like looked at like as the dirty redheaded stepchild, much like Ghostbusters 2. But still, there was a lot of powerful moments in that movie as well. But thank you, Dan. On point. Dan also says, thank you, dude. Also, he says, always loved Batman and never cared about Superman until Man of Steel. That's a man of culture right there, Dan Murphy. There isn't a single uninteresting segment of the entire movie. Perfect casting. You, sir, should be running Rotten Tomatoes and fucking vetting all the critics that they hire. You are absolutely right. I think there was problems with it. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't think Man of Steel was, by any stretch of the imagination, necessarily a perfect movie. But overall, I think it is a masterpiece of a film. Just the fact that what Zack Snyder himself had to do to bring that character to the 21st century, meaning Superman, and make him relatable to a newer audience that wasn't a Christopher Reeve cult follower. You know what I mean? And again, the only Superman that I'd ever been exposed to as growing up was Christopher Reeve. And then I was like, and when Man of Steel came out, I was kind of like on the fence about it because I was like, I don't care, right? Like, he's a good looking guy. Like, he's got a great job. He's got all this stuff. Why do I care? And then I watched it. I'm like, man, it's so relatable. It is so easy to see yourself, a regular Joe, in his shoes. I mean, how many times have some of us been there, right? Like I said, growing up, in high school or getting a new job and not, and being the odd one out because you maybe you like horror movies, right? Like, hey, we all like horror, and you're like the weird one that likes to, you're going to recommend some weird Paul Verhoeven film or some shit, and they're going to like, that's fucking gross. You know what I mean? So yes, it's very relatable film, and I agree with you, man. Perfect casting. Henry Cavill was done so fucking dirty by the studios. It's absolutely insane. That motherfucker was raped in broad daylight with no condom or KY jelly, and everyone just stood around like, oh, I think it's normal. But yeah, I agree. Thank you, Dan. Smudge says, you guys are sleeping on Sleepy Hollow all-timer. I don't know, man. Like, listen, I like Sleepy Hollow a lot, and I put it pretty rad. I don't think it sucks by any stretch of the imagination. I think it's a really fun movie. And I've seen that movie several times. I just don't. It feels like it should be a part of your Halloween experience, but I don't feel like it's going to be a movie that you watch really outside of fall, in my opinion. But thank you, man.
Come on the kick drum.
We're caught up.
Yeah, Gary on the kick drum. Come on the kick drum, Gary. You remember that from the breakup?
No.
That's a great scene. I love that scene. I was actually outside. I was telling Katie, I was like, we should film a YouTube short for this Halloween Horror Month with no context, and it's just Michael sitting at a table. It's Loomis in his face going, Gary on the kick drum. Come. That'd be fucking hilarious.
Well, I gotta say that Rock Music Forever 90 was very concerned. He said, "Where's Mike? Did Jay kill Mike?" Yeah, from 45 minutes away, I fucking fired a bullet that can only reach him.
He mailed me, what is it they used to send around back in the day?
I mailed him Anthrax, and he just opened it up, and he breathed it in. Don't worry, Rock Music Forever.
Before fucking Trump and COVID and all the crazy shit that we've lived through, it was just anthrax. We were just scared of getting anthrax in the mail. That's all there was.
Yeah, Rock says, Mike, you came too early.
It happens often, dude. Nighttime said, heard there's a new Halloween 1978 remake for 2025. You probably did. It's probably a rumor, and it's going to be on some YouTuber's channel that they're going to get 25 billion views off of.
I hope not. Well, we've already discussed that. If you're going to remake that movie, put it in the 90s.
Yeah.
All right. It's well past time. You can't put it in the 78. All right. Because the generation has moved forward so much. You got to put it. I think that you do better at putting in like 1998 versus like 1978.
I'm in total agreement with you on that. We're not quite going to speed round, but we're going to go a little bit faster with the ticks. All right. We got a lot of movies to get into here.
Do it.
Yeah.
Rapid fire, bitch. Contra.
In the case of girl, I'm like, we're not going to go too fast. She's like, rapid fire. Light it up. Shut it. In the case of Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, pretty rad, 31%. That's where I was going to stick it for sure. Pretty rad's where that one goes. Let me go over here to the screen and stick my finger in my butt and holler hallelujah. Where the fuck is okay? Here it is. Pretty Rad's Where You Go, you sexy son. You should watch that, dude. It's a vibe. All right, gotta get in that. We got a lot of pretty.
I'm only gonna watch the girl with the dragon tattoos. If I ever get divorced again and I'm just down on my luck singing at the karaoke bar, drinking too many shots, and I happen to have sex with a girl with a dragon tattoo, I'm like, oh yeah, I remember
that. Holly Roxy said, Gary did not kick my ass. There's a big difference between having a dancing spring and slight fool you with trickery and then strike you in the throat before you even know what's happening. You remember that?
What's that from?
The breakup with Vince Vaughn.
Oh yeah.
Gary did not kick my ass. Social Network. Look, that's a terrible poster for that movie, by the way.
That looks like me the first time that I got it in.
I
was like, oh my god, I'm in. Oh my god,
dude,
is that your vagina? Yeah, that's dude.
All-timer.
Like, listen, it's an all-timer. I mean, yeah, you got to put that motherfucker in an all-timer. I could argue it could be almost Touches the Sun because it does go off on the rail a little bit, and it kind of gets a little bit fantastical, and it doesn't really stick to the actual story of Zuckerberg exactly. But regardless, it's shot well. It's a great cast. You fucking either love or hate Eisenberg in this movie. And I think ultimately, I feel like they did such a great job of making Andrew Garfield the relatable guy throughout the entire fucking movie. Like, he's the guy, man. He's the guy that's doing all the work. He's going to New York. He's trying to get.
Well, he's not doing any of the work, but he's just a nice guy who's.
No, he's doing a lot of. He's going to New York. He's getting sponsors. Money. Well, no, I know, but he was being used. Like, he was being used. Like, they were using him. He was going to New York. He was putting the time and day in to try to get these things. And this fucking guy was sucking Justin Timberlake's dick. I mean, don't get me wrong. Anybody would. But at the end of the day, you're going to suck the dick of a guy that made Napster and then got like fucking bankrupt. It doesn't make sense.
Drop the. It's cleaner. Yeah. But yeah, no, dude, it's infuriating.
Like, well, yeah, that's how he felt like in sync. Drop the in sync. Justin's better.
Yeah, dude, it's infuriating. Like, Jesse Eisenberg's character is infuriating. He's like, he's in a coding hall right now. He's like a coding zone or whatever. But dude, this movie is just such a fucking. It is like a quincuocho of David Fincher cinematography and mood and like vibe, like the way the whole movie is. It's still to this day what I listen to when I'm working. I'll throw on this soundtrack that dun.
Yeah, it's really good. Yeah, the soundtrack's great too. Yeah. Well, no, I also love the fact that he explored their friendship and the betrayal.
Yeah,
I like that a lot too, because you can lose track of what it really is. A story about two friends drifting apart and then cracking under a weight of success. And the reality of it is that part, and it really was the only time that because I rooted for Eisenberg when he was telling his ex-girlfriend off. I thought that was fucking awesome. Like, you remember? Because, like, don't get me wrong, Eisenberg was a dickhead to her. Like, he was a dickhead for what he did. But like, when he was like, "Oh, I own this shit," and she was using Facebook, that's got to be the biggest like big dick energy you could ever possess in your life. If you're like, "Hey, you left me and you didn't give me a second chance, bitch. By the way, what you're using on your app is what I made. How about that? Yeah. Say hey." But, but I mean, at the end of the day, I liked it. But the consistent story was the disintegration of that friendship between Garfield and him, and how that end. Eisenberg actually gives a shit. Like, you can tell in his face, because at that point he'd always been like a very mannequin-like guy. And then when Andrew Garfield, like, you could tell like tears in his eyes, and he's like, "You did this to me. You're supposed to be my fucking friend, and you did this to me." You can tell there's like a light bulb that goes on in Eisenberg's head, and he's like, "Shit, dude, I really did fuck up." And they're even in the conference room, and they're hanging out and they're talking about their legal stuff. He's like, "I thought he was my friend."
Yeah, and it's not just it's the whole idea of the movie. Like, is right. It's like Eisenberg feels so fucking small as a human being. He feels so belittled by the world, by girls, by everybody else, that he puts in all this fucking work and he does all this shit to create this thing. And in the end of the day, it still didn't make him happy. You know what I mean? Like, it still fucked him up. So the movie's beautiful. It's beautiful to look at. It sounds beautiful.
Well, I think it goes back to that old philosophical thing. Is like, a man can gain the world, but he can lose his soul, or I don't know what the exact term is for what is something like, if you lose your soul, nothing's worth anything, and he lost his soul.
Yeah, it's like And then the Winklevoss is like, I'm 6'5" and there's 2 of me. Like the whole fucking story, dude.
Let's go beat the shit out of him.
yeah, like chase him around the quad like a fucking Karate Kid. Just there's endless things you could say about that movie, dude. It's
no, that's what that's one of the Winklevoss twins says. Like, we're gonna look like the bad guys that wearing skeleton costumes chasing around the Karate Kid. I was like, that's dead on.
It's like the way that Fincher films, dude, it makes it so dark and it makes the whole thing feel like a fucking horror film almost. And it's just such a good story. And who would have thought like a story about like the creation of Facebook would be so fucking salacious? And that's
it actually makes me sad, dude, that Fincher didn't actually direct the Steve Jobs movie with Michael Fassbender. I like that movie. I actually did enjoy that movie, but I feel like Fincher could have brought more to it. Oh, because the well, you know what I'm talking about. What was it called? Steve. What was it called? Just Steve.
The Steve Jobs movie, the one with Fassbender. I think it was Danny Boyle. I want to say.
No, yeah. Well, not the Ashton Kutcher one, but the one with Fassbender, and they do have very dramatic moments in it. I was like, dude, if Fincher had been directing that because he was already used to Social Network, I think he could have paced that movie into something that was legendary.
Yeah, 100%. And I love that movie too, even though I think Steve Jobs is a huge dick face.
Yeah, he is.
Mars Attacks. This is one.
I listen, I think it was great when it came out as a kid. I thought it was fucking hilarious. I would have put it a lot higher on the list as a kid, but I've watched this movie. Like, you know, there's something this movie did. It doesn't really hold up. Like, I don't know what it is. I feel like it's pretty rad. I mean, it's still a great fucking movie. And again, I feel like this movie should be a part of your Halloween collection for the fall as well. But I would put it as pretty rad. I don't think it's any higher than pretty rad.
I'm going to go pretty rad with you. I could go there or fuckable. Honestly, it's one of those movies. It feels like an SNL skit that went on with a shit fuck ton of money. It's weird that Tim Burton did this movie, but you gotta admit, like the alien brain with the face is classic. There's a bunch of really funny lines in it. The cast is fucking insane, fucking nuts.
Well, it says right there on look, Nicholson, Glenn Close, Annette Bening, Pierce Bronson, Danny DeVito, Michael J. Fox. I mean, dude, it literally had everybody.
Yeah, dude. And Pierce Brosnan was fucking awesome in this too. So it was weird. God, look at those fucking titties, dude. Like, I always, even though she had that big head and that hair, those like weird cone boobies that she always had was just always like
they look like they look like chargers for Teslas.
Indeed. Weird ass movie, man. Didn't get it I hated it when I was a kid. I rewatched it. I was like, that shit's pretty fun.
I think one of the famous lines like they blew up Congress. How many people want that to happen for real?
Do you remember this movie, Enemy? Jake Gyllenhaal. I want to say we both watched it back in the day, maybe for the channel, but I can't remember for sure if you watched it or not.
No, I don't know. I don't know what the fuck that is.
It's a Dennis Villeneuve movie, and it's fucking weird as shit. God damn it, Jake Gyllenhaal could sell ketchup popsicle to a woman in white gloves, but it's one of those. It does what it means to do. It sets out to fuck with your mind, trip you up, make you feel weird, and then confuse the shit out of you. A bunch of nothing happens.
It looks like a bank executive turning you down for like a home loan.
Yeah, it's the best fucking dude. It's the best fucking version of like goddamn like snobby art movies that can exist, because it's actually still like fascinating to watch. And all of a sudden there's a giant fucking spider in the room and you don't know what's going on.
I don't know what that but it looks like an artsy fartsy film. It looks like it's directed by Quentin Tarantino, but it's not.
Yeah, I would have to go back and watch it again, honestly. But I'm gonna say personally, I think I'm gonna stick this one pretty rad. I think it's a thinker, and it's an enjoyable thinker, and it's a well put together movie. Even if it's not all that entertaining. I like what you've done with the place. You slutty mixed slut whore.
It's good.
Tit. Oh, here is a fun one for us to speak of in the night.
This is Joss Whedon, though. But here's the weird thing, dude. I mean, I know it's technically Snyder, but I look at it as like the fucking betrayal of Whedon-ness, that this movie is going to be deep in Steve's asshole. It sucks, dude. This movie fucking sucks. It is a terrible, terrible Avengers ripoff, Big Lots, goddamn Wish.com Avengers that Joss Whedon aborted into this world and has not ever apologized for it. He took Zack Snyder's fucking original idea for such an amazing emotional movie that is what ultimately we got with the Zack Snyder cut, and turned it into a goddamn creature that no one can ever awake from a nightmare that we saw on screen.
I want to say, like, when this came out, we did so much coverage for this and we were so excited for it. And then everything awful and horrible that happened to Zack Snyder.
We were lying to ourselves.
Yeah. And I think there was a little bit of lying to ourselves when we watched the movie. And there was a little bit of also, once you saw Zack Snyder's version, this version tanked even fucking lower than you thought about it before. So based on the backdooring that went on, the fucked overness that Warner Brothers did to Zack Snyder, based on what a dick Joss Whedon was, and ultimately what a soulless product came out, I'm gonna agree with you that this fucker goes to the basement.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Into sucks my butt Steve territory. Fuck you, studio soulless piece of fucking shit.
This is like this is like when people like fucking like pretend to be cops and they try to arrest you. And like it's like or stolen valor or something. I don't know. Like it's so fucking bad. Okay,
yeah.
Well,
stolen valor is a perfect fucking way to say it.
That's exactly what it was. Stolen valor. All right, well, dude. Now I know I don't know. I put this in an all timer. All right,
shut the fuck up and put it on the top shelf, you son of a bitch. Before I
put it in all timer. All right, it's gonna go on the top. It's the highest form of liquor that you can. Okay, it's absinthe. It's fucking absolute vodka. It's Grey Goose. It's fucking Crown Royal. That's the motherfucker that you walk in. You're like, I got an extra paycheck tonight because I said fuck them kids. I'm not paying child support this month. I'm gonna fucking pour drinks for all the
Dr.
strippers.
Chalice, baby.
Give me some goddamn all-timer Justice League, Zack Snyder's Max original. I mean, the push for this movie to be released was incredible, and the fact that finally Warner Brothers listened to their fucking fans. Imagine that, and they released a beautiful fucking movie that Zack Snyder got to work on. And guess what? Everybody was fucking happy with it, and it did very, very well on HBO Max, and it also drove their fucking subscription. Wow, interesting. Yeah. You actually listened to the fucking fans and gave them what they fucking wanted, and good things happen for you. So, dude, it's 100% an all-timer. Zack Snyder again proves that he was and should have been the goddamn mastermind behind the DCEU, and they fucked up. James Gunn, I'm happy. I think it's going to be good, but they already had a goddamn Mozart in the wings with Zack Snyder, and they ruined it.
It's a special movie. It's a one of a kind. There's no movie on this planet like it, and it's not just. There's multiple reasons for that. What superhero movie can you think of that is a sweeping fucking epic that you can throw in black and white and it still stands the test of time? That's 4 hours fucking long. That has all the fucking shit in it that of a Martin Scorsese fucking epic, Zack Snyder-ized for sure. But
it's not Scorsese. Don't get crazy.
Well, I'm just saying, but it's like a Scorsese epic in a Zack Snyder package. And also, it's a movie that was demanded by the fans, that the fans made happen. Now, don't get me wrong, I am not supporting the crazy shit these people are doing. Not all of them.
The toxic people, the vile ones,
right. The people that are still going with it because they don't know what else to do with the fire James Gunn and all that shit like that. But the initial surge for this movie to get made was special. That original idea was pure and it was good, and it was a fuck you to the studios for how they fucked over Zack Snyder after he went through a tragedy with his daughter, and they tried to backdoor him and do what they did to him. It's a beautiful fucking triumph of a movie for what it stands for what it exists, and honestly how entertaining and fun it was. It goes to the fucking top shelf. Get your fucking ass up there, you piece of shit. I hear you talk to fish.
And it's really sad, dude, because oh my God, can you imagine what that movie promised us at the end with the Jared Leto that actually seemed like a good Joker because Zack Snyder was directing, and we also got John from the Green Lantern Corps at the end of the movie, and then you had the nightmare sequence, all the shit that we could have had. Man, it's bittersweet because it is an all-timer. And then you would think that any fucking functional human being with at least 2 brain cells that work, because you have to walk around, so 2 brain cells work, would have been like, you know what, Zack Snyder's pretty good. We should hire him and keep him going and tell our stories. But no, they're more concerned, like, hey, let's make Joker 2, and he's a musical.
Which might be cool. I don't know.
I'm not saying it won't be cool, but I'm just saying, like, if you're more concerned with that shit, fuck.
But honestly, it's a movie that, and honest to God, and I see some of you guys in the chat, and I totally agree with you. Like, the toxic version of the Snyderverse has definitely tainted this movie for some, and I understand that. But like, if you could, apart from that, it is a fuck you to the establishment. It's a fuck you to people trying to fuck people over, for studios trying to fuck people over. There's a lot of good in this part of it. What came afterwards, not so much.
There's always a toxic fandom to anything that you go into. Like if you're looking at Star Wars or Marvel's fucking perfect. There's nothing but toxicity in the fandom of Marvel. Fuck that. They will like live or fucking die for fucking Marvel, no matter how shitty God, Love and Thunder, like Thor, Dark World. They will fucking say, "Oh, it's great. Fuck you. You're goddamn blind. You've smoked too much meth. I could see your tooth being loose in your mouth. Your fucking teeth are falling out because of your lying." I don't like. There's toxic fandom everywhere. Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, anyway. But yeah, I don't feel like that. But the movie that we got with Justice League, and the fact that when the actual push for this movie to be released, I still count the majority of people that did that were wholesome. It was all about like, let's see the version
at that point
that Zack Snyder wanted us to see, but unfortunately he had a real life crisis that prevented him from seeing it. Well, I mean, or giving it to us.
Back to Guillermo, who I maintain, dude, is overrated as fuck. I do not understand the prestige that Guillermo del Toro is given. I mean, I just don't get it. What has he done that's so fucking special that makes him be like?
He grew a great beard. I think that he's hit or miss. I think he can have really great movies. Pacific Rim for me, I think the movie is a popcorn movie. Like again, turn off your brain, kind of have a good time. It's fuckable. But there was a movie I don't know if you guys know about this movie. There was a little movie in the late 80s, early 90s. It was called Robot Jocks. Dude, I would love to see that fucking movie remade or done with a budget like Pacific Rim, because it was so goddamn good, and it didn't deal with goddamn aliens like, you know, fucking up through the earth. Yeah, and then vomited out into this plane of existence where you had these giant robots. Robot Jocks actually made sense. Pacific Rim, they look like Power Rangers taking on Godzilla, and I like it because of that reason. It's a fun movie. Again, turn your brain off, not fucking care. It's fuckable to me.
I see you guys in the crowd naming all these random things that Guillermo's done. Cloak and Dagger. I know Pans. I will give you Pans.
No, I love Pans. Dude, Pans is great. I love Pans.
I'll give you Pans because I never watched it and it's
so
not
good.
for me.
It's so fucking good.
It's the opposite of the type. So I'll give you guys that one. But like other than that, like Hellboy, fucking like I see a bunch of average shit, honestly.
All right, well, let's not fight the fucking goddamn crowd.
All right, you're right. You say fuckable?
I say it's fuckable in my opinion. And I think that Guillermo del Toro, like he works in certain thematic movies that appeal to his type of directorial approach.
I'm not saying he's terrible. I'm just saying, like, I really don't get the hubbub about him. Like, to me, he's done a bunch of average shit. I'm just saying.
Well, I think he's done more good shit than average. But I mean, I think that's where people are talking about. I think that he's done some bad movies, but
currently he is 3 of our 5 movies in the fuckable category, and 1 in pretty rad, and has nothing in anything else. But there is still, as you said,
Pan's Labyrinth.
Pans, and I'll give this to you.
All right, so in my opinion, and this is again, this is my opinion, and I know that you guys can disagree with it, and you guys can get mad about it or whatever. I feel like it almost touches the sun. I don't think it's an all-timer. I think it's a really, really well done gothic fairy tale horror story. And I remember watching this movie when I bought it on DVD when it first was released. I didn't go to the theater and see it. I bought it on DVD. I really enjoyed it. It felt like like a fairy tale before Disney gets a hold of it and makes it Cinderella. You know what I mean? Like, you know, very like common. It felt like a Grimm's fairy tale, and it's done so magnificently. And I loved all the characters in it. And even though it was sometimes, I think it was Spanish. I don't speak Spanish at all. Or
what?
I
That's
know.
what you spoke to me the first time we made love. Was that just gibberish?
Yeah, and I know I can order
Fucking
from the Taco Bell menu like a champion, but I can't speak Spanish at all. But it really is a really magical, wonderful movie. But it's also very dark and disturbing. And it does. And again, I'm going to go back and I'm going to use this example. Very, very, very much Grimm's fairy tale, and it does such a great job. And it absorbs you, even though it's subtitled. The visuals of it are so amazing, and I love that stuff, dude. Like, it's high fantasy with a dark theme and an overall plot that really pulls you in, and you want to see the end. And I feel like it's a universally accepted movie that's good, because it doesn't matter if you speak the same language. It just pulls you in, whether it's the visuals, whether it's the music, whether it's the acting, whatever it is. The creature effects are so well done. Pan's Labyrinth is 100% almost touches the sun. I can't put it at all timer because I do think it's a little bit of a slow burner at the end of the day. I would love Guillermo del Toro to do something. If they ever did a live action Coraline, I think he would do a fantastic job of doing Coraline. I think in the same way that he did Pan's Labyrinth, I think Coraline would be right up in his alleyway.
Maintaining the Guillermo del Toro, did you ever see Crimson Peak?
No, because I was too turned on by the girl on the front cover. I just couldn't watch it. No, I literally, I never watched. And I know I'm probably stupid for not. I never got around to doing it. I don't know if it was because it was a lack of interest or I just didn't care. I never watched it, so I can't comment on it.
I know that it was maligned by a lot, so I won't put all timer in there since I can only fit 4 things in. But I will put it up to you guys because I never watched it, because just like a lot of other stuff. And I'll be honest with you guys, it's not just wait. Oh shit, I fucked up. It's not just the movies that Guillermo directs for me. It's also what he produces. Like, I see all these movies come out and they're like produced by horror master Guillermo del Toro.
Well, he's done some good movies.
Sure, but like 90% of what I see him produce is average as fuck. Scary movies tell in the dark, average. You know what I mean? Or it's worse. That Katie Holmes movie, what was that, like Demons Hide in the Dark? Some shit like I can't remember the name of it. But like I've gone to see these movies thinking, oh shit, okay, here we go. And it's like some average ass shit. And it feels like what he produces is average. And the shit that I've seen him direct, in my opinion, has been average. Like just for me.
Well, I maybe you haven't watched the right movie yet.
I haven't seen Pans. Maybe Pans is the one that
Pans is really good, dude. I think Pans was great, but
how about Blade? And this is another version of it. I hate Blade 2. I think Blade 2 sucks dick.
All right, dude. I maybe it's because I have a nostalgia reason for loving Blade 2. I remember I worked at Movie Gallery in my senior year of high school, and Blade 2 had just released on DVD, and I thought it was so cool that I got to take home the film before it was like released to the public because I worked there and I had some special privilege.
Well, do me, Yo-Yo Master.
Yeah, I know, and he wouldn't do me because he had already retired the Yo-Yo Master. But I got to take this home. I remember I got to take this home. I bought Taco Bell on the way home. I got off at midnight. I bought Taco Bell. I got home about 12:40, and I popped this in. I had to be at school the next day, and I watched this movie, and I fucking loved it. Maybe it was because I got to watch it early, but I think that he did a good job with the follow-up. Blade 1 was so unique and different, and it's its own thing. Like Blade 1 is one of the best Marvel movies that's ever been released. 100% without a doubt. Not only one of the best Marvel movies, one of the best vampire movies that's ever been released. Blade 2 did its own thing, and it definitely has more of a finish on it, more of a shine to it than the first one did. The first one's more of a gritty, down to the earth kind of film. And Blade 2 kind of takes it more into the spotlight, like gets more of a cinematic blend to it. But I think he does a good job introducing the hybrid, because you got to do something that's going to actually challenge Blade. Blade will fuck up a vampire left and right, no matter what. So he had to do something unique. Plus the addition of the Blade Hunters, the Bloodstalkers, or the Blood Pack. The Blood Pack. I like that. I thought that was cool. Like the fact that the vampires were literally training a group of assassins to take down Blade. I thought that was fucking cool, man. Overall, I think it's pretty rad. I'm gonna put it pretty rad. I don't put it in anything other than pretty rad.
I'm gonna stick with you on this one because, like, and again, it's one of those movies that I'm smart enough to realize that I'm in the minority on. But I will say this: like, all I remember I need to rewatch it. You guys are right. I do need to rewatch it. So I will give Guillermo a pass on this one, but it had nothing to do with him. But when I went to see this in the theater, I love Blade just as much as you do. I think it's one of the most undersung, like fucking amazing superhero movies ever. I love R-rated superhero movies. I love fucking Wesley Snipes. I love that movie. But I went to see this in the theater day one, pumped as shit. Yeah. And when I saw them doing that shit, when he would slice a vampire and they would turn into CGI orange jizz, I was just like,
well, they just had more money. I mean,
to me, it hurt the movie, and I was like, "This is so fantastic." This just took out like the heart and the R-rated soul of Blade, and just made it this soulless thing. But I do need to rewatch it, so I'll put it in wherever you want me to put it.
I think it's pretty rad. Personally, I think it's pretty rad. I'm not going to put it any higher than that, but
I will rewatch it. I will do that. Let's stick with Guillermo while we're on the subject. You saw this. I did not.
I did not. No, I watched the first 10 minutes and then I turned it off. It's fucking trash. It's fucking trash.
Okay, so vote, or do you think sucks my butt?
Well, I mean, you can let them vote, but I think it's a pure fucking trash ass cash in Disney bullshit fucking movie that Guillermo was like, I need more Twinkies. I gotta fucking direct something. Pinocchio seems good.
I'll put it to a vote just in case of fairness. That being said, as far as the last vote we did goes, you guys voted Crimson Peak is fuckable, 38% to 32%, pretty rad. So skewing towards positive on that one. Let me throw that one in there. What movie was I just talking about?
I don't know. I literally don't know. You were talking about Pinocchio and then you moved.
Oh, Crimson Peak. Crimson Peak was fuckable. That's what they said. So Crimson Peak goes to fuckable. I just remember a lot of reviewers being disappointed. I knew my feelings on Guillermo at that point.
Maybe it didn't have the appeal that I cared to watch it.
Let me throw a vote up to you guys. In the meantime, Jay, let me ask your opinion on. Let's just round out Guillermo real quick. Do we have any Guillermos left? We may not. Actually, I don't think we do. Okay, so give me your opinion on Tim Burton's Charlie and the Chocolate Factory while I'm putting this up.
Well, listen, I can't. I put it. Hello, Star Bright. Earth says hello. I think it was pretty good for what it was. I don't think it was anything like amazing. I think that they were going for more of a darker tone, obviously. They hired Tim Burton and they were trying to do more by the book. And it was closer to the book than the original Willy Wonka with Gene Wilder, but it didn't capture the same imaginative, like it just didn't have the same flavor that the original had. I put this as fuckable. Personally, I liked the movie okay, but if you're gonna ask me like to pick one or the other, I'm gonna watch the original Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory with Gene Wilder
every day of the week.
I feel like this movie was too depressing, and there was something about it. What's the word? Anarchist. Like at the end of the movie, where it's like, who gives a fuck? Like everything's gonna end anyway. It sucks. I don't know. I don't know the actual terminology. What I'm trying to say here, but it felt like that.
I'll go with you on that because I always hated it. Like I watched a little bit of it, and I'm just like, this is just fucking. This seems like a bastard.
Well, I feel like they were trying to be weird on purpose sometimes.
Yeah,
and I'm like, all right, I get it.
It felt like weird. A bastardized, whimsical ass fart version of the original Charles and Chocolate.
Johnny Depp definitely, as Willy Wonka, picks his butt and smells it.
Yeah, he smells his own farts, and that's where we're at. Speaking of movies that smell their own farts, how about Alien 3? David Fincher's dismayed film that he
put it down in the crack.
Didn't even want his name on it. Didn't even want his
put
fucking
it down
name
in the
on
crack. Get rid of this atrocious abomination, aborted bitch, motherfucking half sperm, baby fetus piece of shit that definitely has the mark of Satan on it. I don't want to ever talk about it again. How dare you? After Aliens come out with, I feel like Greta Thunberg, whatever the fucking bitch's name is. I feel like her. How dare you come out with this after Aliens, you piece of shit? Fuck.
You know what? I would actually say fuckable as a movie, but I will say sucks my butt, Steve. And here's why: because you took Newt, this sweet little girl, and you took Michael Bihn's character, even though he was a dick to me when I met him at Comic-Con.
You took the two people that got killed off screen.
Right. You took these great, they saved this sweet little kid from this horrible hellscape of a world. And then they're just like, she died in transit.
I will say,
like, what the fuck?
I will
Like,
say,
that was
I did
trash.
like the black dude, the one of the main guys in the movie with the glasses. I thought he was great. The acting was actually pretty good.
Had moments.
And it sucked because the cast was awesome and the movie was atrocious.
Yeah, it did have some classic moments, like the thing taking the tongue out, and like Sigourney Weaver sitting there and be like,
Yeah. What a great movie! It gave you the fucking dog alien. Wow,
but
I really wanted that one.
I'll go with you. David Fincher himself doesn't want his name on this film. He actually vied to have it taken off. So sucks my butt. Steve's where it goes. How about this weird one? Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Okay,
don't remember it.
I gotta be honest. I gotta go to the. I don't remember it.
Let's go to the chat. Let's see what you guys think about it.
I watched this movie. I just don't remember it.
You know what I remember about it? What I remember about it is I love fucking Pee-wee as a kid, and not just Penis, but like the show, Pee-wee Herman. A little bit about, but no, what? Who are you?
I don't know what's going on.
I just woke up here. I've been poisoned by Jigsaw, and I don't know what I just said.
Poisoned by snake eyes.
I was half awake, half asleep.
Compound.
No, what I'm trying to say is this: I love Pee Wee Herman as a kid. The show was fucking awesome. I wanted a house like his. It was amazing. I wanted all these cool contraptions, but the movie always kind of creeped me out a little bit. Kind of gave me weird, like this guy's gonna diddle himself in a movie theater.
But also, R.I.P. Paul Rubin. So
yeah, and absolutely rest in peace, Paul Rubin. But there's some questionable shit going on there. Let's not go into that, and out of respect for what's going on. But
don't read too much into shit, Mike. God damn, it was the 80s.
All I'm saying is I've never been accused of having child porn on my computer. But what I'm saying is this.
What?
That was the thing I read about. I don't know. I'm not the fucking FBI.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
I'm just saying. I'm gonna make. Goddamn, I just pissed off.
You might want to just back out real quick.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna exit.
Unplug your controller.
I'm gonna click the X button. Yeah. I think I just made everyone mad. But I'll say this. I don't remember this movie at all. It creeped me out though. I'll put it to a vote for you guys. Let you guys decide. God, I just pissed so many people off. So many of you guys hate me right now. I'm sorry.
I know. Well, I've always hated you, so it's not changing.
At least we're on the same page.
Yeah, that's fine. It's like you didn't really do anything more.
On Guillermo's Pinocchio, you guys say sucks my butt. See, 47%.
I thought so.
Goes to the bottom, down the hatch at the feeling you can't.
That movie was trash. That movie was trash.
Yeah. Where are you, Pinocchio?
Edward. Where's Edward?
Piece of shit. Get over here. All right. Go to your hole. Go to your little.
All right, dude. I gotta go piss really bad, but I think the next one should be Edward. Edward Scissorhands on Tim Burton.
Give me your vote.
Almost Give me your vote. The sun.
Okay.
That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. All right.
Enjoy your pee-pee time. Is anyone still here? You guys all hate my guts for that? No, we're still good. Allegedly. Thank you, JT. Allegedly. Thank you guys so much. Allegedly. I appreciate that so much for the chat. Allegedly, the Pee Wee Herman stuff. Let me put that to a vote for you guys. Oh, God. At least no one's yelling at me. Yeah, that's a good sign. Pee Wee movie. All timer almost touches my butt. You ever have to do data entry while hosting a live show? I bet not. Okay. All right. So in the case of Edward Scissorhands, as Jay said, while you guys vote on that one, where are you? Jay says almost touches the sun. And while I think a lot of people's immediate reaction to Edward Scissorhands is like, dude, all timer, come the fuck on. It's Edward goddamn Scissorhands. Are you fucking kidding me? That was a classic for our youth. I would say also almost touches the sun. That's exactly where I put this son of a bitch. Because like it's a great movie. It's a nostalgic movie for us. When you go back and rewatch it, you're like, that's a little fucking weird. Like it's fucking great. A little fucking weird. Sometimes in a good way weird. Sometimes in a this a little corny. Like at times sometimes a little corny, sometimes a little fucking too weird, like just peppered, like fantastic movie peppered with fucking weird shit fuck, and not like good weird shit fuck. Like the weird shit fuck is the best part about the movie, but there's little tiny tidbits of like not good weird shit fuck. But all in all, very close to all-timer. I will agree with Jay on this one. Almost touches the sun. Nostalgic-wise, all-timer. But in realistic Eggos, waffles. I love them. I'm going to go almost touch the sun. The fuck is beeping in Jay's room? What's happening right now? The fuck is happening right now? Didn't you just pee? Hey, don't you fucking bladder shame us, all right? It's not our faults that we have to pee a lot. I don't think Jay's ever seen Arrival, and I'll ask him when he gets back, but in the case of moving the show along, I will say that I think Arrival is a movie that it's tough between Pretty Rad and Almost Touches the Sun. So let me think. Arrival's slow, but it's beautiful. And it's a genius idea. And it's a touching story. Like, it's emotional when you find out the twist with Amy Adams and all that shit. It's a strange little movie. It almost doesn't feel like a blockbuster type movie. But it's so good and it's so well filmed. And it's got these, like, when they're hovering up into the spacecraft or meeting the aliens for the first time, it's so fucking stressful and good. Did you ever see Arrival?
Yeah, and then I fell asleep.
So you did not like it. So how do you feel about Arrival? I was going to go Almost Touches the Sun personally.
Well, that's fine. I'll give it to you. I can barely remember it because I literally fell asleep.
Okay, so I'll stick her in there because Pretty Rad's full. So that's sort of a caveat, but I don't have any qualms with sticking Arrival in there.
Did you hear? Did you hear the?
It's better than all the movies in Pretty Rad, so I'm happy. Yeah, I did. What? Do you need to change your batteries?
No, my Hot Pockets went off.
Oh,
I've been making
sounds good.
No.
I love Hot Pockets, dude. Pockets are fucking tasty. I love Hot Pockets, and I love Dick. We saw this in the theater together, and I cried.
Well, I think we're going to disagree here. I think it's Almost Touches the Sun. I don't think it's an all-timer.
I don't think it's an all-timer. I would agree it's Almost Touches
I think it's
the Sun.
A great movie. I think it's a great, amazing thriller, and I think the acting between Jake Gyllenhaal and Hugh Jackman is off the charts. I think that their chemistry was incredible. I always remember that car scene that they have when Jake Gyllenhaal is trying to tell him, like, let me do my job and shit. And then he screams at him. He's like, I think it's great. It's a piece of modern art.
Yeah, dude. I when Jay and I saw this in the theater, I remember telling him, I'm like, dude, I'm telling you right now, I'm prepared. This movie's gonna fuck my.
Well, it hit for you close to home.
Yeah, because it's a kid, and it's like one of your biggest fears. Like, I have nightmares about my kids going missing and shit like this. So, like, I knew with the talent with Dylan Finlayson behind the camera, and Hugh Jackman and Jake Gyllenhaal, and the story, it was gonna fuck me up. So I went in prepared, and I haven't watched it since the day I saw it, and I still remember it. And that's how powerful of a movie it was. And I remember the snakes and shit, and just the acting so good.
I felt like the ending was disappointing. I don't know why. I feel like the ending either felt it was too short, or it like it didn't have enough meat to it or something.
Yeah,
the ending didn't feel complete.
You almost wanted it's such a perfect scenario for an all-time classic that you kind of wanted it to literally touch the sun, but
dude, you don't
perfect because it almost touches the sun.
Prisoners could have been a great, like, you remember True Detective on HBO?
Yeah, it's like that.
But it could have been great as that if they had spaced that out for like 8 episodes and given like an hour.
You still haven't watched the first season, you fuck. You gotta watch that shit.
Well, I watched the second one.
Dude, the second one doesn't even hold a fucking dick
the second
split.
one was not that good.
The first season of True Detective, I swear to God, when you watch it, you'll be like, Mike, why didn't you fucking force me at gunpoint to watch this? It's your shit. You will love that shit. Watch it.
I don't believe
God
you.
Damn it. I swear to God.
I'm too caught up with Heels right now. Shut up.
We don't get a new episode till Friday. You can watch the whole season by then. Watch it.
No way.
Watch it all. Break it off.
I watch one season at a time.
I gotta grab a beer. In the meantime, a root beer. What do you think about Dark Shadow?
Oh, dude, what a gothic ass piece of shit this fucking movie is. Like, holy fuck. This is like going to school with people that are like trying to be like edgy and badass. And they're like, yeah, I love Marilyn Manson and Slipknot and Mudvayne and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I mean, your mom dropped you off in a Mercedes Benz. Yeah, but that's just because the satanic ritual that I conjured up last night hasn't taken full effect. I'm actually a dark lord of the evils. I think Dark Shadows is literally like, it's a gothic anthem. I feel like that's what it is. But ultimately, it's a stupid fucking movie that I don't like at all. I think it's dumb as shit. I think they were trying to go for a goofy ass like cool updated version of this, and it just fell flat. I feel like it's a suck my butt, Steve. I fucking do.
Stick that bitch in the basement.
Yeah, I don't like this movie at all. I don't.
This in the early years of the channel, we saw this together in theaters, and what a piece of shit. Like we were both like, seriously, someone get Tim Burton away from the white makeup. Like it's time to stop now, man.
Yeah, it was like and I get what he was going for, and I 100% get what he was going for, but it fell so fucking flat. Like I haven't seen something fail that hard since the first time I tried to get pussy. It was that bad.
Hey, you want an easy one?
All-timer.
Shut the fuck up. Stick her in. You. Stick her in there. No, I mean,
you hate him. I hate him myself.
Nice fucking model. Honk honk.
Yeah.
Why am I forgetting the song? What's the song? What's the dumb
shake Sonora, shake your body right. Shake Sonora, shake it all the time.
All right.
Jump in the line.
Stop the body and line.
I believe you.
I believe you. That's what we should do for a Halloween Horror Month parody, dude. We should have the characters all dance that song. That'd be funny as fuck.
We've come for your daughter, Chuck. Dude, and by the way, you could tell that Michael Keaton was loving that role. There's a reason why he always like mentions Beetlejuice.
Yeah,
he loves that fucking role.
That's why he's gonna do Beetlejuice too. We'll see how that turns out. Here's a tough one. It's a tough one. It's fucking tough.
I don't know what to say.
I played this town like a heart from hell. Heart from hell. Heart from hell.
Things change. I gotta be honest with you. Oh my God, I gotta be honest with you. Please, I wouldn't touch you to scratch you. I will put this as fuckable. To me, I think that the more the more I've watched it, the more I don't think it's that good of a movie. I think it relies on the weird more than the actual storytelling. I love the more deep dive into Michael Keaton's psyche a little bit, and the kind of yin and yang relationship that he has with Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman, and she's hot as fuck, and she did a great job. I just personally feel like, dude, the more I've watched that movie, I don't know, man. Like, it just makes me feel fucking weird. I don't know. I don't like it. I don't hate it. I just feel like coming off Batman, the original Batman, I was expecting more of this heroic type of dark man type of energy, and it kind of comes across as like, I'm weird, bro, but it doesn't mean that I'm not ready to save the world, bro. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, my life kind of sucks right now, but I'm just saying, like, sometimes I come out of my cave and I think of things and I do it.
Emo Batman. I totally disagree with you. I do. So I'm going to put it to a vote. In the meantime, the vote for the last one was Pee-wee movie. Oh my God. What the fuck?
All-timer. I bet it was an all-timer because everybody loves that movie.
40% say the Pee-wee movie was an all-timer.
I know. There's a lot of people love that movie, dude. They love that fucking movie. I got to go back and watch it.
Holy shit balls. All right. So
and I know I'm going to get flack on the Batman Returns, but dude, like the reason why I got mad about it, like as I got older and I've watched it several times, I guess because we've had so many great iterations of Batman after the 89 Batman, like Batman Returns, it's better than Batman Forever and Batman and Robin for sure. But there was something about it, like it was like Tim Burton wanted to be weirder on purpose. It wasn't like the story needed to be weirder. He just wanted to be weirder. Like he wanted to make it on purpose weird.
For me, when I go back and watch it, and I admire your bravery, but when I go back and watch it, I think it stands out to me amongst all of the Batman
looks
films.
Better. I like his suit better.
It doesn't stand out more than other Batman films, but it stakes its own claim. It's fucked up. It's a little bit broken. It's not perfect at all, but it's weird. It's a little. It takes Batman and it says, "All right, let me turn up the nodule to a fucking 11 real quick and do some really sketchy ass shit." And Michelle Pfeiffer is the best Catwoman ever, bar none, no doubt. Christopher Walken's fucking awesome in the movie. Gotham City was filmed amazingly. I love the opening scene with him fucking killing and beating up all the goddamn clowns and shit like that. The ending is the problem for sure, But up to the ending with the dumb shit that happened in there, I still thought it was cool when he like ripped the like.
But you know,
off like that.
I think that's where
his mask.
I think that's where I was getting a problem with this. Like, dude, you already revealed your goddamn identity to Vicky Vale. Why the fuck are you setting a precedent that every girl that your dick gets wet for, you're gonna fucking reveal your identity?
And that's fair, but you could also blame 89 Batman for that just as much as this
one. No, but the first time it happened, that makes sense. The second time, she's also a fucking known criminal, and you're gonna fucking rip your goddamn mask off, like Vicky, or not Vicky, but what was her? What was it? Selena.
Catwoman.
Selena
Kyle.
Yeah.
But like, also, I think that's the thing. He's so fucking lonely. Like, he's so lonely. He's almost desperate. So, like, I kind of get that though. Get a cat. It's ironic. But yeah, I think that they really did some cornball shit with Penguin by the end when he has like the umbrellas and all that shit. And the Penguins. But leading up to the end, I thought the Penguin was great.
Yeah, but you know, he did a good. The guy that said the guy that played the son was a Leatherface.
Oh yeah.
Dad, stop.
Yeah, it was. So we'll let you guys vote on that one. I didn't see Blade Runner 2049, Jay. Where do you stick this?
I can't remember it. We can let the
audience. It was 3 hours long. It was like 3.5 hours.
I remember liking it, but here's the thing about Blade Runner. I remember liking the original one, but I was never a fanatic about it. You know what I mean? I remember liking what I watched, but then at the end of the movie, I never got obsessed with Blade Runner. I know a lot of people did. So when I saw Blade Runner 2049, this is what I remember about the movie. It was a solid movie. It had great actors in it, and I ultimately felt like it was fuckable. That's my opinion, but I mean, I would rather put it to a vote because I can barely.
All right, I'll stick that one to a vote right after Batman Returns so that we can do it right. In the meantime, Panic Room. We've both seen this one. David Fincher, one of his like more under the radar type films, a straight up 90s style thriller.
I think it's pretty rad.
I would go exactly Pretty Rad. I really would. We do run into a problem here because Pretty Rad's a little full. I'll just stick her in the corner. Let's just stick you in the corner.
Just stick her in the corner.
But if you guys are looking to watch the definition of a short thriller with it's got Jared Leto as like this gangster, like wannabe gangster with cornrows. That's how you
audition for Joker.
Yeah, honestly, you got Biff damaged. But like it's a thrilling movie. It's really fun to watch. You kind of, it's a popcorn movie. You walk away from it and forget it, but it's got some cool ideas in it. I think Pretty Rad is.
I think they drew a lot from that movie for The Purge.
I could see that. Yeah, I could see a lot in there. How about we're almost done here as you guys vote on that. Let's check what you guys said about Batman Returns. Batman Returns shocks as much as Pee-wee did. All timer 49% say Batman Returns is all timer.
Only of weirdos out there
agree that it's fuckable. I like the darkness, Selena. Stick it in my ass.
All timer, dude. Well, you gotta give him.
I wouldn't put it.
You gotta.
I would have said almost.
Well, they gotta give it for Catwoman and whatnot, but.
Yeah,
I feel like they fucked around a lot with origins and shit with Danny, like with the Penguin. I don't know, but yeah, it's fine. That's cool.
Personally, I'd say all timer, but here we are. I gotta stick Pee-wee up there, which means that all timer is fucking currently full. That's wild. You guys said Pee-wee's an all timer. I don't believe you.
I've heard a fuck ton of people that love that movie.
All right, so let me put the vote for Blade Runner. In the meantime, while I'm doing that, I think we are almost finished.
Benjamin Button.
How about old Benjamin Button?
All right, well, listen, guys, I think that's fuckable. I think it's a decent movie. I thought it was weird. I liked it okay. I just felt like ultimately it was weird, and it was kind of like a one-off. Like, I'll never watch it again. I watched it the first time, and I'm like, yeah, I'm done. Like, it's a goddamn guy that gets handsomer the younger that he ages, and it's like, okay, that's weird, but all right, I'll go with you on this adventure.
Yeah,
and that's it. And then like at the end of the movie, he's a fucking baby. It's weird.
Next to me, if peeing your pants is cool, consider me Miles Davis. That's
the grossest thing I've ever heard. Let's go.
Next to Mank, which I could not give a fuck about old Hollywood and all the shit that movie was about. As much as I love David Fincher, this is definitely my least favorite David Fincher film. I just found it uninteresting. It has the vibe, it has the mood, it has the setting.
There's a lot of boring.
But the story to me was just like, you see so many directors go in this direction. And David Fincher usually has a really good way of being like, I don't give a fuck how boring or like steadfast this is supposed to be an Oscar bait. I'm going to pull it back and make it a little fucked up and dark. And I feel like he didn't do that
Alien
with this
3,
movie.
but you're right.
It was his first fucking movie, Jay. And he said he didn't even want his name on it because the studio fucked it so bad. Shut up. God, why don't you go watch Avatar 2 for the first time since you don't even like James Cameron?
If it's great, I'll fucking squirt all over your face.
While swimming it, CGI style.
I think it's fuckable. At the end of the day, it's fuckable. It's still a good movie.
I agree.
I feel like it's one of those movies you watch once and you'll never watch it again.
Yeah, especially for the running time.
Yeah,
it's long as fuck too.
Yeah.
Let me see. I
thought it was weird that David Fincher didn't direct Joe Black. Joe Black's fucking great, dude.
It does feel like a David Fincher film.
Yeah, it does. It's a great fucking movie.
It's like David Fincher meets fucking Dawson's Creek in a strange way.
Mm-hmm.
I could see that. I think that
Dawn of the Dead remake right there.
Oh yeah. Oh shit.
I'm gonna piss off a lot of people right now. I'm gonna get them so fucking mad, and I'm ready to do it. I'm ready to throw gasoline on your cracks and let you fart and take it to the moon. Dawn of the Dead, to me, the remake is almost touches the sun. Okay, I think it's that fucking movie, dude. I do.
I think that's I think that's the right answer.
No, there's people who fucking hate this movie, dude, because Zack Snyder introduced the running zombie, which they fucking despised. He introduced more of a cinematic style and not a slow burn like Romero. And Romero is a master. Don't get me wrong at all. But again, I feel like Snyder was in the perfect position to bring and update a genre that had not been updated in a long time to connect with folk in the 21st century. And he did a great job with Dawn of the Dead.
I think Almost Touches the Sun is just exactly where Dawn of the Dead belongs. I think that's the perfect place for it. I think you're absolutely correct. And that means, my friend, that we are at our last film, which the crowd voted on, and they decided that Blade Runner 2049 Almost Touches the Sun at 33%.
Whoa!
Taking it back, looking at it, we are full there, but we're going to stick her in the small corner. That's how we do things. We just make shit up as we go.
I do love Ryan Gosling. I do remember not hating it. I just don't remember much about it, to be honest with you. And I was never a big Uber fan of Blade Runner. I just never was. So
I love the first movie, but I never took the time to see it. I don't know why. But I never saw Dune either. I need to watch those. But we're fucking. That's the list.
All right.
That's the fucking thing.
We did it.
We fucking did it. Take a look at it. Take a gander at it.
That's a lot. I think that's a great list. I think that's a very sexy list. I like it.
Amongst our drinking and debauchery and masturbating silently under the camera where no one can see, we managed to rank a fuck ton of movies tonight, my friend.
I know. We did a good job. You guys did a good job. Thank you guys for being our backup, because we're dumb and we haven't seen or had the expertise to rank some of these movies. So thank you.
Yeah. You got to catch up sometimes with the world, but you guys did a great job. I feel like we did an all right job, and I think that's all timers: 7, Fight Club, 300, Batman, Man of Steel, Social Network, Zack Snyder's Justice League, Beetlejuice, Batman Returns. I don't agree, but Pee-wee's Playhouse.
I don't agree with Batman Returns being up there at all, but it is what it is.
Here we are.
It is what it is.
Signed, sealed, delivered.
Yeah. But I'm not going to argue about it. I'm not going to argue about it. Okay. Let's not fight. I don't want to fight. Let's not fight.
I'm going to eat I'm going to get my nuggets. You get your nuggets. Don't worry about how. I'm going to eat my waffles and recharge over here. And I'll see you in a minute. Let's get to some of your all super chats as we close out the show tonight. Child of the Cornholio says, yo, fellas, what's good? In my mind, I think David Fincher is the best thriller genre director, and it's not even close. Ha! Which film do you think is more slept on, Panic Room or The Game?
Well, you're wrong about that. Alien. I think the best thriller director would absolutely be Ridley Scott. So you're wrong, but I like that I like your umph. I like your pizzazz coming in here, acting like you know things. I'm kidding, dude. If you think David, I do enjoy David Fincher films for sure. But as far as slept on, Panic Room or The Game, I think The Game is slept on way more than Panic Room, because I don't think people know about it. I don't think people. I feel like Panic Room is like advertised a lot more than The Game is. I don't know why that is, but I even when The Game was new, with Sean Penn and Michael Douglas. I never felt there was a huge push for advertisement for that movie. I don't know why. It just didn't. It felt like it was like a by the wayside kind of film.
It did. It was early in his career for sure, and I totally see your point on that. Panic Room is far more like accessible to like the mass audiences for sure. I would choose the Game over Panic Room, but barely, because Panic Room is it's a bopper, dude.
I feel like people recognize Panic Room now though because of The Purge.
Yeah, and because Jodie Foster, and it was like high.
But it's weird though because The Game is a lot more like an M. Night Shyamalan movie. Like it's got all that crazy shit that people always seem to want from M. Night Shyamalan, and I don't know.
I don't think I could put. I don't think I can say I love Shyamalan, but I don't think I could put Fincher as just a thriller director. I think his movies are beyond the scope of just thrillers. I think he does like if it's a David Fincher movie, I think it's more of a David Fincher movie than it is any genre. I think that says a lot about him. But you know me, I jerk off to him at night. So Kreisfeld said, is Jay confusing Del Toro's Pinocchio with the Hanks Pinocchio?
I think I am. I think yeah, well,
I never saw either.
I'm glad that you pointed that out, Kreis. Yes, I think you are absolutely correct. I never watched I was thinking that when I was like, all right, there's a Tom Hanks version that was fucking terrible, and I turned it off. And then I was like, oh yeah, Del Toro didn't direct that one. But I just let it slide because I thought I could get away with being late to class. But Kreisfeld was like, no. You're not going to be you're not going to be coming in here without a hall pass, motherfucker. But yeah, you're right. I was confusing it with the I do that a lot. I confuse things. Because by the way, how many fucking versions of Pinocchio, how many versions of like anything do we have anymore?
Too many.
Get confused, man.
Yeah, many.
You're right, man. I was confusing it. Yeah, I never saw the Del Toro one, man.
We got done streaming the other night, and I was pretty fucking trash. And I was like, "Hey, can we watch Rounders?" I like rented Rounders for like $4. And like we watched it. And we're sitting there, and it's like, man, it's like the Game of Life women. And we're watching it, and like, fucking KGB dude cracks me. It's like he'll come in here. I fuck you. He's like, like, do you want the Oreo? He's like, no, Kadish, I don't want a fucking Oreo. I love that movie so much. Rounders is the fucking best. In my club, I'll splash the pot anytime I fucking want.
Kids got alligator blood.
All your hopes gone. All your dreams.
Like, you drive a fucking truck. Yeah, I drive a truck. And then I've also worked my way up.
Michael Parton, thanks for caring about me. I do the same. Love y'all. Hey, man, hope your finger heals fast.
For sure, Michael.
Stop sticking your finger where it doesn't belong, bro. Stop doing it.
It happens.
It happens to the best of us. You get caught up in it.
Yeah.
You get caught up in the game. Let me see here. Scooting. We read that one. We read Nighttime. So we are caught up on the Super Titty Chicks. And I fucking forgot about Watchmen. Dude.
Oh shit, dude. Fuck. Piece of shit.
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
Watchmen's gonna be almost touches the sun for me.
I would.
We can add it in later. I mean, we can do it in post edit, but
I would stick it in pretty rad. Personally, I don't think it's that great.
Mike.
Yeah, I don't think
just
it's that
because
great.
He doesn't like to see Patrick Wilson naked.
Let's just decide this like Ben. All right, come on.
No, because there's a delay. There's a lag, dude.
Hey, just deal with it. All right, we're both dealing with the lag. All right,
the lag is in your favor.
I'm gonna be pretty rad, and you be almost touches the sun, and let's just see what fucking happens. All right.
Okay.
See what fucking happens.
Okay.
Don't be scared now. Ready?
No, we go like this. Right. 1, 2, 3, go. We'll do it like that.
Okay. All right. Ready?
1, 2, 3, go.
I can't see your hands.
You waited. You fucking waited.
Hands, dude. You gotta show your hands to the camera. Right. You got below here. I can't see what you're doing.
What's the number I'm thinking of right now?
4.
Yep. Okay. So you get to pick it.
Put your hands in the camera.
No,
why are you so scared to fucking paper, rock, scissors? Dude?
I've done it. You wait. All right. Ready?
Move over center.
All right, dude. Look. Ready?
Yeah. All right. Here we go. Right. Ready? 1,
2, 3, go. I win.
Right. Best 2 out of 3. Everybody knows that.
Oh,
everybody fucking knows that.
Early on.
That's standard. That's
what
fucking
are you
standard.
Fucking deaf for Billy
That's
Ted?
Standard. Everybody is 2 out of 3.
Damn right.
Suck my bounty shit. All right. Ready?
1, 2, 3, go. Oh,
Okay. We'll see what's going on.
I,
We'll see what you
I,
do.
all
You try to
right.
play me in my home where my children play with their toys? Fuck yeah! All right.
All right.
Right.
1, 2, 3, go.
I can't
Ah,
see your shit.
I got
can't see your
paper.
fucking
I
hands.
got paper,
No,
bitch.
your hands will blow the fucking
No.
thing. You gotta pick your fucking hands up,
wait,
dude. You gotta have
I
them
got
in the fucking
fucking
camera.
paper, dude.
Your hands.
I got fucking paper.
I don't know that. I don't know that.
Dude, I
You-
fucking got paper, dude.
You're disqualified.
No,
Actually,
I'm not,
you lost.
bitch. No, I'm
Because your
not.
hands are the wrong
I
fucking
got
thing.
fucking no, dude. I have paper.
You got the look at play. You're down here. You're fucking. You're
Dude,
below
I got
the
so
thing.
much paper. You smoke it. I got paper.
Damn it. All right, I could tell that you had paper. I could tell you had paper.
Don't get excited.
I could disqualify you if I fucking wanted to. I just want you to know that.
No, you
I
couldn't.
own you.
No, you couldn't.
I own you, McClure.
You can suck my dick, McClure. In front of all these people, you piece of shit. No, you couldn't. This isn't the 2020 election.
Whatever,
Shut
man.
the fuck up.
What?
I'm gonna disqualify things.
Stop the steal. Stop the steal. Oh fuck, we forgot fucking BVS, dude.
Oh my god, it's an all timer. It's an all timer. It's an all timer.
It is an all timer. Fuck everyone who doesn't like it.
I don't care. I don't need to go into detail. So,
We agree on that. It's an all timer.
I'm not doing that shit again.
BVS is an all timer. I'm
It's
with
an
you
all-timer,
on that.
dude. I don't care. I don't care if it sounds like you have literally something wrong with your bowels when you say it.
I'm sorry if like, do you bleed? Maybe.
That's
But
a bad one. And the
it's an
Martha
all-timer.
thing was really bad too.
You should know Jay and I were going to put BVS in all timer. We love it. We love it.
Yep.
And all of its heart and farts. And thank you
Yeah,
for-
we're like a savings. So it's like, yeah, you could call us a fan. Yeah, you can call us a fan.
Hey, this has been fun as it always fucking is. Thank you
Yeah,
guys
man.
so much for hanging out with us.
Thank you guys.
We love you guys. Even though Jay cheats at fucking rock, paper, scissors.
What
we
the
can always
fuck,
count on you
dude?
guys to hang out with us.
Oh my god, dude.
It's so fun. And we love it so much. JT Cos is like, what about the Owls of Gahul?
I don't know what the fuck you just said. Did
We
you
didn't
conjure
do
a
every
spirit
movie.
from Snake Mountain? What is
We
that?
didn't do every one of their movies. We were just
Owls
like
of
pick
Gahul.
a handful.
What the fuck is that, dude?
What about the Owls of Gahul?
Owls of
It's
Gahul.
actually that's actually a Tim
I
Burton.
know.
I think it's Tim Burton.
It's just
But
a weird.
still.
I don't know. Yeah, but yeah, JT. I mean, you're way smarter than us on cinematic history.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck Owls of Gahul is. That sounds like a fucking voodoo shop.
Are you part of the cabal?
Owls of Gahul sounds like a voodoo shop that opened up in New Orleans in the 1980s.
Zack Snyder, you're right, JT. Yeah. No, I did see that. I was like, I don't know what the fuck that is. Every
Owls of
movie wasn't
Gahul.
included. Every movie wasn't included.
Yeah,
but hey,
yeah.
we love you guys so fucking
Thank
much,
you
man.
guys.
We'll see you guys so soon. Thank you guys for hanging with us. We really appreciate you. And we hope you had fun because we did. I know that.
Yeah, man. Thank you guys.
I'm hard right now.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, I'm gonna go. Bye.
I'm gonna go to KFC. Where'd you go? Wait. Where? Oh. But where is no one's here anymore, and I wasn't ready to say goodbye, so you guys want some scrambled eggs, or I got some frozen taquitos I can whip up in the